Hello. Hopefully that works. My fingers are so slow. Yes, it did. Okay. Unstopped the video. Did not click the audio because my brain was like, "Do this," and then my hand was like, "No." Welcome to Trials of Silver, where it is a campaign in a system that involves dragons and things that are sometimes in basements. Um, but I have an IRL word ban thanks to our wonderful Twitch chat, and I cannot say the second D word. I am Mazrix, your humble yet not so humble master of chaos, and I will be curating these wonderful new faces. That is the name of today's episode. I'm very excited to be back in the chair. It's been a long, hot minute, but I am happy to be back. Now, who do I want to? No, first schedule. Stay on track, James. Okay. This week we have another episode of Trials of Silver on Monday, which is tomorrow. We have a brand new thing starting on Wednesday, which is the Veils of Blood Vampire the Masquerade, in which I'm sure there might be one or two vials of blood. I'm staring directly at one of the players. But yeah, who is that? I don't know. But we're excited for it. It's going to be a little bit
We
a new
we
flavor for the
prefer
channel.
to eat people. Take that as you will.
I do. I had no comeback. I was like, I'm just gonna jump back on vows. I do. Anyways, on Thursday we have another one of Maestri and Ord's key form running games. Probably it's raison d'être, if you will. It's Reason of Existence, Dragon Tears, the campaign of campaigns, run and DM'd by the wonderful Mama Kelik, which is right on down there, or wherever she is in the layout. And that is pretty much it for me talking. There is a schedule that you can find in our Discord. Our Discord is pretty chill. We talk about lots of things: artisanal food, Magic the Gathering, queer stuff. We're very queer. It's just a good time. Now, come on down, hang out with us, and get prepared for a game. But before that, we got to have our players introduce themselves, anything they want to say, socials, where to find them, where not to find them, words of advice, philosophy. I don't know. Somebody else talk. Ryan, go.
Hey guys, I'm Ryan. I'm getting thrown up here. I will be in that campaign on Wednesday, Veils of Blood. Since I kind of hyperfixated Mommy Kalik into running it. I am the curator of the Dark Domain RPGs, which we usually have the link up in the chat over here. Uh, and I will be playing that. And then sometime later this month, I will actually be hosting my own vampire one shot, so entitled Kooky Kindred, a little spin on the Freaky Friday motif. Uh, yeah. And you can find me under Darth Caustic on all socials. If you don't find me, I probably don't have it.
Sweet. Who's up on the bar next? Actually, you know what? Usual suspect. Let's go to you, Sam.
Second, but at the end of the camera list. Hey, I'm Sam. I'm playing Zavara the Paladin. Sometimes I do art on Twitch. It's right down there, probably. Every now and then. But that's really all I got. How about Dapper Zombie?
Sure. They let me come back after yesterday, so back to play more D&D. You can find me pretty much everywhere. Stapper Zombie. More often than not playing vampire stuff, so this is me a little outside of what is my current comfort zone, so it's fun.
Okay, I'm gonna put it up. Erica, would you like to go now, or would you like to go last?
I can go. I'm Erica. I was just on here yesterday for the Disney campaign, and I've returned. You can mostly just find me on this Discord, Strategic Gaming, the Shattered Gaming Discord, any other Discord that's involved with that right now, because I just joined the other ones. I'm mostly just doing the one shots when they pop up because my crazy schedule. But hopefully I'll be in a campaign here soon where I can actually stick it out.
Heck yeah. Definitely lots. We talk a lot, so we brainstorm. I think we have almost like pages worth of one shots and ideas and mini campaigns. We just got to find the time to run them. So there's gonna be tons of stuff coming up. So just keep your eyes posted, and not just here, but anywhere under the umbrella. I think we're operating under the people are. I'm gonna look direct into the camera to the audience. You are always welcome. Just don't be, the wrong kind of weird. Love you. Mummy, you're up.
Hi, I exist. I'm Mama Kalik, or Mummy. I DM other than West Marches. Almost everything on this channel.
It's true.
And then I play in random games. I'm also coming up playing in Dark Domain's West Marches campaign for Supernatural. That's coming up on the first Saturday of every month. Super excited for that. And there's going to be a fun amalgamation one-shot between Shadow Tabletop Gaming, Magical Myth, Dark Domain, and Mastery Nord coming up not this Monday, but next Monday. We're going to do some wizardy shit. It's going to be great.
Non-trademarked wizardy shit, yes.
Yeah, we're going to do very queer wizardy shit.
The best.
Totally
kind.
not the franchise that we don't talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the franchise that shall not be named, yes.
But that's all I got. I don't like talking, so...
Back to me. And I do. I do like talking. All right. Welcome to Trials of Silver, episode 13. And are those minutes up? Did anybody start a timer? I don't want to take damage.
Yeah, your minute is up. I have it open. Don't worry. I got you.
A Dungeons and Dragons 5e campaign with the smattering of mix between 2024 rulings or new core and 2014. Here we jump in to episode 13. Zavara, the air is quiet. You have walked far from Citadel. 6 days? 7? You don't know how long you've been feeling the tug in your breast, the call of herb, the call of war. But while you left the guild, the Silverknack Guild, in the hands of Thelen and your peers dealing with guild business, you felt a much baser calling. Blood. Some of it slips down the edge of your crystalline blade. The fall crisp air of the leaves crunching beneath your booted feet. But still your feet carry you forward through this autumn way, this autumn road. And ahead of you, you hear a clamor.
What's out there?
A few more steps takes you to the crest of the wood, and looking down, you notice that you've crested a minor hill, and the road carries on down some dewy grassy fields, various lilacs and peonies somehow clinging to life despite the chill air, and a cart that seems to have lost a wheel, and several people gathered around it, a motley crew. Various shapes and forms. Your instinct tells you these four may not even know each other that well.
Are you all having a problem down there?
Who are you calling a problem?
Mama C,
Might be.
what does Zavara see?
Zavara sees this essentially all but like freaking yay high fairy just floating around, thinking that she is actually huge, but really isn't. Just fluttering around and now looking at him with her hands on her hips, kind of like, excuse me.
A giant addressing giants.
I meant no offense, really. You all seem to just be able to, up a hill without the wheel? I suppose down the hill, really.
I guess so.
It's fine. It's fine. It's just a wheel. We can fix it. Maybe. And he would see this large Leonin folk, very tan, a dark mane, just poofing out everywhere because it probably hasn't been washed in a couple days. And just great sword over one shoulder, great axe sticking out over the other, just trying to figure out how this all works together. But he's obviously out of his depth.
Well, I suppose I could come help if you need it. An extra pair of hands if they're a little more delicate and very stable.
What are you calling unstable?
It's more of a sizing issue.
Excuse me? No, I'm not going to waste my life on that. I could make myself big, but I'm not going to.
I'll come striding down the hill.
As we see a 6'7" Zavara?
5'7". Around there, yeah.
6 foot,
Horns
lot.
give some extra height.
6 foot a lot tiefling with brilliant red skin, this excellent bulky neck and jawline with a just wicked grin, very confident and sure, strides down in full armor, a crystalline blade, unsheathed, sheathed
Across the back, yeah.
across the back, approaches your cart. Teatria, Milikova, as the other two members on this cart, what do you feel as this tiefling approaches?
Oh, hopefully this means someone can get this working again. Malikova is well, 5'10"-ish, a kind of whip thin. Well, you think human until you look close enough to see tiefling features. They're not as striking, but it is very pale skin. It is eyes that are black all the way across, and instead of horns, his fingers come to almost alabaster points. And he is dressed very finely and obviously not trying to get down in whatever the muck and the mud is that is fixing this wagon. He's leaving that to people more suited to that work.
He didn't say the quiet parts out loud. You can't respond to it.
I know.
Well, if we're just pulling it out of the mud, that should be easy enough. Here, I'll take one side. You, Lion Man, maybe the other. Good choice of weapon.
Thank you. Keeps me safe when I perform.
All right, one side, I'll get the other. On three.
1, 2, and 3.
As the cart raises up, I'm not going to make you roll for this, because like the two of you can easily, just with your frames, hoist this out, and you set it out of the mud, the wheel still...
I mean, it would be hilarious if they failed.
I mean, it would be, but I believe that sometimes things are a given. And as you lift this cart out, the wheel still dangling in what's left of this mud trap you so unfortunately found in the road, I need all of you to make a quick perception check.
Perception.
How's a 4?
Milikova, you can do it with advantage, actually.
I got a 12.
12, 4,
16.
16. Okay.
17.
17,
Yeah, so that'll just be 14 still.
14. Okay.
Not in that one. Yay!
That's good.
Yeah.
Much better than last night.
Yes. Actually, with a 14, and anybody who scored above a 14, on the card itself, it was very sparse. A couple of benches. There's a single horse at the front that had been pulling it. But there's also a barrel. A wide-brimmed barrel. And Milikova, as you'd been resting on the cart, this barrel had been just beside you. And so you're the first to notice as the lid springs off. And you just hear, "Come on!" And you see these two spindly arms stick out and then stand up, and a wild, red-haired human boy pops his head out and he goes, "Why aren't we moving? This is so boring."
Is
Has
this
he
one
been
of
in
yours?
this?
Tia just like jumps back, like, what the heck is going on?
He kind of thumbs at his nose. There's some grime on it now, and he looks at you and goes, "Scared of a boy, huh? I'm watching you." Seriously, what happened to the cart? I stowed away with you for nothing? I was trying to go!
You did not know he was there?
No.
You were just moving an empty cart with a barrel on it?
I don't think any of us anticipated a boy being in a barrel. That's not usually where you keep them.
Normally ship them in a much different fashion.
Exactly. Wait, what?
These were some good, like, apples and stuff you had in this barrel, by the way. I was really hungry.
So he ate our rations. Okay. Young child,
jeez.
who are you and where did you come from?
Came from the barrel.
Fancy man got it.
Yes, but like,
Maybe before that, child.
Before what, child?
Before you were in the barrel, where were you?
Not in the barrel?
And that location would be called? I mean, you could just say the woods. Half of us would accept it.
The woods!
I like him.
Another
Wait.
from the woods.
He, like, tosses his hair back and forth a little bit. He thumbs more of the grease onto his nose, and he goes, "Who knew the inside of barrels was so greasy? Did that have something to do with saving the food? I don't know. Was this a water barrel? Is that why it's wet? Oh. I don't want to know why it's wet."
Why were you stowing away with us? What? And if you wanted a ride, we could have given you a ride. You didn't have to ruin our supply
He
of
looks up.
food rations.
The boy looks around, and he eventually his eyes settle on Bixor, and he just goes, "Kitty."
Close enough.
Phelan's just like dying of laughter on the ground.
Yeah, even Tia's kind of like covering her mouth, giggling a little bit.
Is the cat the reason you stowed away with us, or the reason you hid in the barrel the whole time?
Yes.
I want to be clear. I've never seen this child in my entire life.
Kitty.
That is what someone who is hiding a child in a barrel would say.
I go up to the child and like cover at the ear and whisper, "You'll probably go pet him."
Can I?
Go, try, see what happens.
We not be a bad influence on the child.
And you literally
I'm a
like
damn fairy. Of course I'm gonna be a bad influence.
you watch as he like tries to like scramble out of the barrel. He's like trying, but like his as the rest of his torso sort of pops up, you actually notice his arms are like sunken thin, almost nearly nothing but bone. The shirt that's barely clinging to his torso is tattered. His back and his shoulder blades pop out of his skin and are pale as moonlight as he's trying to sort of scramble out of this barrel very weakly. Again, his sort of shock of wild red hair, very as if it's never seen a brush or anyone's care a day in his life. And he's trying to scramble out of this barrel and goes, you know what, I think I need more cheese. I just need more cheese and then I'm going to feel a little stronger and I'll get out of the barrel. 1 second. And he, like, dives down back into the barrel again.
Duck stack in the barrel. It's kind of make a gesture, and the invisible mage hand is gonna just put the lid back on.
And he goes, hey!
We need to get the child out of the barrel.
Why?
Well, he can't stay in there. It's not exactly safe, and he's already ruined our food supply, so we can't have him eating the rest of that. Clearly, there's something wrong with him.
I'm more so bothered by his unkempt appearance, and I just cast prestidigitation.
To do what?
I clean the poor boy up.
You can't see him. He's in the barrel.
Yeah, he put
He
the
went
lid
back in the barrel?
As,
He ducked down to get cheese, and I put the lid back on.
Oh, I missed that part. I thought he
lid,
got out, and then you put the lid back on.
no, the lid like floated up and just set back down because mage hand is invisible for me.
Never
Not
mind
to,
then.
not to interject too much, but which way are you all heading? I'm going to Citadel, and if we are not going the same direction, maybe this is a good time for me to just let you all deal with your problems.
Who are you saying has problems?
Zavara, roll a religion check, please.
Okay. There it is.
I think
See,
he is
Evan.
saying you have problems.
I don't have problems.
Oh, that's what he said.
Clearly,
Zavara.
we all have problems. We have a child in our barrel of food supplies.
Now we're
just
calling the
locked in
child
there.
a problem? Why is everybody a problem?
No. Obviously, his name is Boo. He popped out, tried to scare people.
Yes!
Could probably just ask his name.
Zavara, with the religion check I asked you to roll, you feel what I can only describe above table as like taking damage in the old GoldenEye N64 game when you take the red is like and like you kind of like thrum and it hurts.
Oh,
And yes, that was for people as old as I am. Sorry,
Brian
Caustic.
felt that one.
Yeah.
Right in the arthritis.
My bones.
You feel the crushing weight of the hand of Herb on your heart because you said you were headed to Citadel and he disagreed.
Never mind. It seems something wonderful has happened, a miracle even. I'm to stay with you, I believe. Where are we going?
That's a very quick change of heart.
Oh, it felt like one.
Very, very well.
You like imagine something has gripped your chest and has squeezed with a great intensity.
Oh no, my chest is far too big.
Oh, that happens
No,
to
like
me all
the inside
time.
of your heart, but like on the inside. You see the little bits in there.
He's saying
Do you
You can
feel
feel
that-
your heart?
Yeah, oh yes, put your hand above where it is. You can feel the beat. It imagine just gripping and squeezing that to a point of intense pain. That is how I
Sounds
know
quite
I must stay with.
uncomfortable.
Oh no! It is a wonderful miracle. It is a good sign that I must stay with you.
I was gonna say, I thought maybe he should see a cleric.
Potentially.
Oh, this is better than a cleric. Let me tell you.
I don't think he's having actual problems, guys. He just had a feeling in his gut that he needed to stay with us. So you are more than welcome to stay with us.
Oh, wonderful. Yes, it was intensely painful, but yes, thank you for the permission to stay with you all.
Yeah, what she said.
We still haven't figured out where you came from, kid.
He's also standing immediately behind you.
Oh
He
god.
came out of the thing.
He is
like
standing right behind
Snuck out of the
Tiadria,
barrel.
yes.
Okay, I'm totally
He just,
casting
like,
prestidigitation
jumps.
because he looks horrifying.
You clean him up and what, comb his hair?
Yeah, and like a side comb, like a really bad side comb, like everything is over.
Like a really bad day at church, got it?
Yeah, exactly like that.
Okay.
Spit shine this kid.
And he goes, he looks up and he goes, I don't know what happened. But hey, I'm fancy like you now, fancy man.
No. But better.
Here, boy, eat. And I take out a big wedge of jerky and toss it at him.
His eyes literally jump wide and goes, and he tries to catch it. And it hits the dirt. So he just falls to the dirt and starts shoving his face in it on the ground.
Dust is flavor.
Just cleaned you up.
He
Well,
goes-
you can clean him again.
As he like looks up for the jerky, he goes, I didn't ask for it. This is
If you're going
good.
to follow us, you need to be clean. I don't want to get dirty. It gets in my wings, and then I can't fly.
That's why we put him back in the barrel that he's already soiled.
I am starting to agree with him.
Oh, I'm sure once we start moving, he will get back in the barrel to resume his sneakery. Where are we
Yeah,
going,
what
by the way?
That way.
All right.
He points in a direction north, away from Citadel.
Hmm. What were you saying, Cleric?
I was trying to ask the child what his name is and why he was again stowing away with us in our food supply.
As he finishes the jerky, he just rolls over on his back and from the ground looks up and he goes, My name's Boo.
Oh, wow, it is Boo. Look at this.
Is your name actually Boo, or did you just overhear my companion say your name is Boo?
Well, I mean, he said my name was Boo, and like that's so it's got to be my name. He's Kitty.
So you don't remember where you're from, you don't remember your name, are you just keeping these things? That's fine with me. Again, the woods, completely good answer.
Well,
Can
you
I
know what's
pull up
funny
the site?
is like that lid went on the barrel, and then I was like, you know what's really funny is like the entire world's kind of a barrel, and then I found that really funny, and then suddenly I was standing out here, and that was even funnier. So I guess I'm kind of still stuck in the barrel technically. Just the barrel's the
Are you
world.
not... Did he actually eat the jerky that was on the ground?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So you're still in there, but also out here?
It's complicated.
More than I'm capable of.
My brain hurts.
Best to just let these thoughts go.
Very well.
Well-
The wagon is fixed.
Well, Boo, you are welcome to join us along with our newest companion here. Where do you know where you were going?
Woo.
Wherever the barrel was going? Oh, it looks like a fun adventure. I mean, Kitty's got weapons. He's fancy. She's a fairy.
It's true. It's true.
Why are you calling a fairy?
She's a giant.
Thank you.
Welcome. Don't question it. Kitty.
So are you? Did you all already know each other? Are you doing a job, all of you?
Of course, I knew them. I was in their barrel.
I believe you, Boo. But what about the rest of them? What is the situation that brings you here?
Happenstance.
Make it up.
I just
wagon
look for
was-
taverns.
The wagon was going in the right direction.
Oh, okay.
And I'm only slightly regretting it.
I was told to come here.
Oh,
A new city, a new place to perform, new tales to hear.
oh, you'll like the place we're going then. I'm sure.
I'm
Well,
just
hey,
here for
one-
the ale.
Once you're done, come to Citadel, and I'm sure we can set you up nice and proper. It's a brand new guild, beautiful in its maintaining, not being shut down. Called the Silver-Necked Guild. I'm sure you'll be welcome.
Does it
All the
have a
other
knack for
guilds-
something?
Silver mostly. But it's a bunch of like the other guilds. They do whatever they want. All bureaucrats, best ignored. Silverneck stuff actually does stuff, so it's fun.
What exactly do you guys do?
Good parts violence. Sometimes we investigate grisly murders.
I like blood.
Well, me too. I think we'll get along, especially because you're a giant.
Thank you.
Let's see. They've got the problem with the gods that aren't their fancy one. I don't know. Anywho, should we start moving? I can tell you more.
Yes, let's. Boo, you can get in your barrel if you want. And you next time lock it.
How do you lock a barrel?
Boo looks at the cart, which is several hands taller than his head, and then the barrel, which is at the back of it, and kind of like looks around, and then goes, "Appies?"
Very well. Giant paws. Just...
Set him down, and you just see the glee on his face as he's getting the uppie. He goes, "Kitty uppies."
Well, at least we know how to keep him happy. Congratulations, you are now this child's best friend for the remainder of our trip.
Of course, I'm likable. I've never been to a place where they
whether
didn't
I
like-
like any of you.
Boo is
You'll...
firmly settled in his barrel.
All right. Well, I suppose we can all get more acquainted on this journey to wherever it is we're going. North?
Apparently north.
All right. Do you have like a note? Do you have like a... like stop in this spot, leave the cart in this alleyway, and...
I honestly was just told to just join this group and just go where they go. I was not
Okay.
given much more information.
All right. Told
T-
by anyone in particular?
Tia Atria.
My deity.
Oh. Wow.
Tia Atria, can you also roll a religion check for me, please?
Legend.
Were you told by a sharp pain in your chest?
18.
18. Your hands begin to feel like they're burning.
Joy. She just starts like awkwardly like rubbing at her hands and like shaking them, like kind of like doing this, trying to like get the feeling to pass.
As one of your hands brushes against your pocket, you feel a cooling sensation for that hand alone.
And I try to subtly reach into my pocket just because I'm not sure what is going on, but I don't trust anything, so I just very casually like put my hand in my pocket.
You feel the ruffling of a parchment.
God.
Also, yes, your god is communicating through a game of hot or cold with you, yes?
Honestly, makes a lot of sense. Okay. She just like casually like pulls it out and just kind of like tries to subtly read it and make sure like no one's really paying attention to her.
So the first thing that you notice about the note is that it has a deep crimson seal with a press mark on it of a double-bladed great axe.
Okay, well that's probably not a good sign.
And the wax seems to be freshly dripping, as if a source of heat is still melting it, even as you pick it out of your pocket.
Oh boy. Okay. Just gonna casually like put that back in my pocket temporarily, just until like everybody's a little bit more distracted, and then I will read that when no one is paying attention to me.
For sure. And then the cart gets on the move? The cart gets
think
on the
so.
move.
We're going.
The horse gets beckoned forth by whoever so takes charge of it. And you see Boo settle in comfortably, turning around, staring past the horse, elbows like this, just on top of the barrel, bobbing along as they go.
Well, at least he's having a good time.
Who is your deity, if I don't mind asking?
I'd just rather not say. It's
Oh.
a personal reason.
Oh, well, that makes me very suspicious. I've got my eye on you.
Don't worry, the feeling is mutual.
Oh, good, good, good. Well, if you do want to stab me in the back, please let me know so I can turn around and you can get me in the chest. It'd be much better
I will
for me,
let you
at
know.
least. Okay, okay. And how about you, cousin? Where are you from? What is your shtick?
Oh, shtick. Well, the arcane arts, but more specifically, those figments of imagination brought to reality.
Got it, an artist. And
Somewhat, yes.
just in the middle of a field, moving this wagon.
And I was one place, and now I'm going to a new place.
Oh, I see. Very okay, just like Boo.
Just like me. I knew we were like each other, Fancy Man.
Well, he seems to really like the fancy man and the kitty, so
We're likable
least-
people.
I still haven't
Yes.
determined yet.
Is Boo back in the barrel, or is he just on the wagon?
He's
he's back in the barrel.
back in the barrel like this.
Okay.
Don't put the lid back on this kid.
I was literally just thinking that. Let's not.
I feel like we all had that same thought as soon as he asked. He's literally just like, "Don't do it." It's one of those intrusive thoughts.
Wasn't exactly that thought, but similar thought.
As about an hour passes of banter and travel, the sun has crested more to a midday point, and you see that with the rhythm of the cart, as jarring as it is going through this country road through this field, Boo seems to slump slowly over the hour and collapse into the barrel, and you begin to hear the very telltale
Well, he's finally asleep.
Very tired boy. I don't know where someone would he was half starved and fallen asleep on his feet.
I cannot
Ford
imagine
really-
traveling in a barrel was comfortable.
No, that doesn't explain being half starved. You're sure you don't know where he came from?
upgrades.
Not sure he's half starved anymore. He's eaten
Yeah, well,
a
it
barrel
takes
full
time.
of.
It takes time to fill yourself after being starved for a long time.
He's
You've-
probably one of the. He's probably an orphan from a nearby town.
Yeah, all right.
I've never seen the young boy before. It usually don't travel in those circles.
Phelan casts prestidigitation again and creating a small little tiny trinket that's teeny tiny because it fits only in her hands. And it plays music and puts it beside his head. All of you need to be quiet. You're gonna wake up.
It's a nice
Okay.
gesture. Or creepy, based on the intensity of your stare right now.
I'm always creepy.
As another half hour or so passes, could each of you make a perception check for me?
Sure.
Okay.
Not as good as the last one.
8. We're rolling hot tonight.
17.
I rolled
Well-
nat one.
There we go. 4.
Ooh.
Oh,
I got a
back-
3.
All right. As everyone's still getting acquainted and discussing Boo and the state of things, Tiatian. Sorry, let's try that again. That was really bad. Tia Etria. You hear something taking shape. A noise, very rhythmic and deliberate, that is slowly becoming more audible above the noises of the cart.
Stop
you-
the cart.
what's going on?
Quiet. Listen.
Hoofbeats. Coming this way fast.
And
Maybe
several
we move off
sets.
to the side.
We definitely move the cart over.
Move the cart over. It's not too long before you see 6 horses mounted and being ridden down the path southward. Several figures encased in armor on the backs of each. One with a pauldron? Pennant. With a pennant flying behind them. The one at the apex of the column, helmetless, long, billowing red hair streaming in the wind. As they come closer into view, you see a well-manicured, trimmed red beard, a scarred face with brilliant blue eyes. And they slow as they approach the cart, and you hear the voice call out, "Hail, travelers! What brings you to these parts?"
Hail.
Travel, adventure, feelings in our chest. Who do we speak with?
I am the eldest son of the Lord of Ferragiport. And I and these knights, we are looking for someone.
Who are you looking for, if one might ask?
You see him like dig around, and then he finally pulls out a scroll about yay big, and he opens it, and he holds it out, and you see the likenesses of a well-groomed and very, very thin young boy with well-manicured red hair, a very straight jawline and pointed nose, blue eyes. He goes,
I go up to it and stare at it. Nope. Haven't seen him.
and he goes, "My lost younger brother. He's a bit of a miscreant. Doesn't take much to the noble affairs of the family. Likes to go on odd trips."
Is he lost or did he go away because he didn't want to be there?
I find those two things often go hand in hand when you're that young.
Well, I think I have more questions than answers at this point. What will you do with him when you find him?
Take him home, of course.
After that. I'm literally like floating in front of his face with my hands on my hips.
I personally will be his... I don't know how to answer that question. I will remain his big brother and his family. I don't quite look after his day-to-day life. I'm simply attempting to bring him home. That's more for the caretakers.
If he's running away from home, maybe that's something you should be looking into.
I am looking into it. That is why I'm out here trying to find him. If I didn't care, I think I would have let him stay gone. does the tiny fairy speak for all 5 of you?
We just kind of let her do her thing.
But
She has
it's better to let-
questions. Yes, she has questions. We didn't see this boy, so be on their way. Yes.
if we do see this boy, does he have a name we can call him by?
Yes. That I find it odd that you'd ask whether he has a name, but of course.
It's like a dog, okay? When we try to get it to call over, we need to say the name.
It's a poor analogy, but yes.
It's better to know his name, so if we do come across somebody that happens to look like him, we can ask him if that's his name.
Well, his name is Alan. Alan, son of Lord Boorish.
Phelan just literally topples over on the ground again, giggling.
Please just ignore her. She is... I don't know what she is, but I'm afraid we have not seen your brother, but we will keep an eye out for him, and if we see him, we will make sure that we bring him home.
After I ask him some questions.
You had another question, young fairy.
No, I meant for the fairy, and for the boy. And who are you calling young? I'm probably older than you, big boy.
I meant no offense. I have a hard time gauging the celestial years past of the non-mortal folk.
Oh, good save, good save.
Very good.
So then what are you exactly?
What am I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm human. Is that an odd thing around these parts to just see humans? Did you come from Citadel? Is it odd to see human folk out around these parts?
What's
Oh, no,
Citadel?
it's all sorts mostly. I was telling you about Citadel. It's the city that I was traveling from.
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to you.
I assumed, but maybe you picked up on that.
I've seen some humans. They're not common where I'm from, but they're not uncommon enough that I'm not used to them.
I've fought a great many humans in the pits and arenas. Some not great fighters, others worthy opponents. Worth the songs they wrote about us.
I like him.
You see some of the other knights start to shift uncomfortably, knowing that you're a pit fighter, and some hands sort of loosely glide towards weapons, nearly nonchalantly, but just enough under your weathered eye to realize that they're readying themselves in case you decide to be trouble.
No. Please calm yourselves. Everything I do is by the law.
Oh, he's no fun, actually.
I promise we are not trying to cause any trouble. We are just travelers, just making our way through for an adventure.
Zavara, you feel that thrumming feeling in your head. They are flying a pennant. At this point in the conversation, I would have asked you to roll for it earlier, but you've been staring at them long enough. The pennant picks up in the breeze, and there's a very, very clear symbol marked on the pennant.
What's the symbol?
It's the symbol of a green tower shield.
That symbol on your flag there. You want to take you all as followers of Ratham?
We are, as are most of at least our town. We believe that Ratham's shield is the mortal realm on which we stand, and We thank them for the protection. You snort, sir. Do take
Oh,
issue.
please. Ratham, you all put yourselves into your homes and barricade the walls and keep everything out. It's no way to live.
You people and your gods, you're hilarious.
Yes, very funny.
They get even more uneasy staring at Zavara.
No, you should take those swords out. I doubt you even know how to use them.
Can we please not entice them? Like we're just trying to get through. He just needs a nap. We've had a long trip so far, and we've had a lot going on. He's just a little cranky. I apologize for my companion. I'm very sorry. We're just trying to make our way through. I promise you, as soon as we find your brother, we will inform you or bring him back to the Citadel to make sure that he is brought back safely.
As you say that, there's a moment of silence, and then you hear scrambling inside the barrel.
No.
Just my pet cat.
And then a little head pops out,
Damn it!
No.
and he goes, "What's going on? What did I miss? That was a good nap." And then he like drops down in the barrel as he turns around and he sees the knights.
Why is there a child in our barrel? Did any of you know about this?
No. No. Who keeps a child in a barrel?
I would never do so. It's very strange.
You seem like the perfect person who would.
You see the knight at the forefront, as with his attention still mostly on Zavara, doesn't actually catch the head pop out.
Oh gosh.
We're just having a good old stare down.
Okay, no. Victor will kind of like lean, like one arm, like, yes, this barrel is totally normal.
Is there like
Let's try
a
to-
hole in the barrel where I can go in it, considering I'm so small?
You're welcome
be
to
suspicious.
quickly investigate the barrel. Also, I literally cannot read the words "don't be suspicious" without going "don't be suspicious." Don't be
That's literally
That's
what
it.
I was like
Don't
in my
totally
brain. I was
don't
like,
be suspicious.
Math is hurting my brain. 18 plus 7.
25. So with the 25, yeah, 100%. Not so much a hole, but there's between like the slats of the barrel, there's some warped space. So this wouldn't have been a very good barrel to store liquid in the first place, but you could definitely squeeze your way through. You're small.
I know, because I drank it all. I go in. Hey. Be quiet, but your brother's out there?
He goes, "I've got a brother? That's cool."
So you don't know him.
I also don't know you.
Do you have a family?
I really don't mean to be questioning every question that you have at the question, but I don't know, do you?
No, actually, I don't. And you're quite frankly, you're starting to piss me off. So answer the questions properly, or
Or you'll... What?
I bite his nose.
Ah! Well, I mean, that was a first. So, like, what I do know is people tell me I have a family, and they dress me up fancy sometimes, and they ask me to eat fancy meals, and they try to get me to learn this stuff that's in books and stuff. And some of those books, when I do this, they get all wiggly waggly, and then fancy like stuff starts to sort of sparkle around, and that's really cool. And they got kind of suspicious of that. And like, so I mean, like, I could have a family, maybe.
Okay, so it sounds like you have more problems than I do, but do you want to go with said family or do you not?
I don't know, does it sound like a fun time?
So you left said family because it sounded like a fun time and want to go back?
No, I got in the barrel because Kitty.
Ah, damn that overgrown cat! I go out and I go up to I can't say your fucking name.
Ixor.
Fucking names, guys. Vixor.
It's like 5 letters.
Listen, I can hardly say my own name, okay? I go up to Vixor's ear and I'm like, let the kid out. He's just stupid.
If we do that, I mean, this is all very convoluted. I don't know. I mean, if he wants out, he can come out. I can move.
Well, he wants to go back. Apparently, it seems fun. But apparently, he has a family that he doesn't have a family because he doesn't understand the family. And I don't really know where he's coming from. But quite frankly, I think he's more insane than I am.
I'm gonna turn the milk over. Did you understand a word of that?
Oh, I wasn't paying attention to her.
I go
Seems
up
to be-
I go up to the other tiefling face and I bite his nose. Pay attention to me.
Ow.
Good.
I mean, no, I'm sure nothing. We have nothing. We have not seen your boy or your brother. We're just traveling on. If your city is on the next stop, I'm sure we will just stop there for rest and food and be on our way eventually.
The knights begin to nod and sit uncomfortably in their saddles. And then their leader looks you over one last time and says, well, if you do see him, just, I don't know, tell him I miss him. And then he looks over and he goes and nods to each of you in turn, except Zavara, who he still
That's very
eyes as he begins to lead the 6 of them on the far side around the cart.
What's your name, sir?
Vara's gonna start a fucking fight. I know it.
Quintus.
Quintus. My name is Zavara. We will meet again.
By Ratham's shield? Maybe.
An armed sword. I guarantee it.
He just leans over and is like, please don't start a fight. Do remember that we have an innocent child just sitting in our barrel that is apparently royalty and is missing, so can we please not be mean?
That's why we're not killing each other right now. You're welcome.
How loud are you guys saying this shit?
No, she's whispering it too.
Okay, I was like,
No, she's just like next to him, just like quietly telling him, please don't start a fight. This is not the time.
Would you like to roll a history check for me with advantage?
Ooh, me?
Yes.
Not talking to me.
Okay. History.
Ooh.
Well, it's a 23
Heck yeah.
without advantage, and then I don't know what it would be with advantage, but
23 is good enough. So, one thing, as anybody who has heard of any of the old gods, which would be pretty common, because it's simply Citadel that is trying to have a renaissance of religion in following Dominia. And there are some, I guess you might call them missionaries, if you will, that try to spread the good word of Dominia around the rest of the continent. But
just come and knock on the door. Have you heard about our Lord and Savior?
Dominia, yes. But in this instance, very, very common used to be the followers of the 3 gods of war. Their tenets between the gods Ratham, Ro, and Herb were to either outmatch, outthink, or outlast each other in their war over the gods' plane. That's their world. For eons, that's been a bit of a stalemate. But recently, a certain one of them, Herb, the Lord of Brutality, he's had a few followers making some strides and cutting some blood swaths across the mortal plane, attempting to increase his foothold once again. Staring at Zavara, you see some very telltale marks. And openly, Quintus just admitted that he and his ilk were that of Ratham, the Dutch X of survival. Gender neutral, as far as gods go. So you recognize all of that. That's the context for the situation that just happened in front of you.
Okay. So I'm trying to prevent like an all-out war between these two right now.
Just us killing each other, not the whole war.
Yeah. What's actually
Just us
unusual?
killing each other that could turn into a war.
Yeah, what's unusual here is the fact that a follower of Herb actually showed restraint. That's the unusual part. Zavara not have thinking cut first, ask questions of the corpse later is very bizarre.
It's very weird.
Yes.
It's not normal.
No.
Maybe he just really likes Tia. And they're like, please don't.
Could be.
My inner Nimue is insulted.
She's not here. She follows Nimue, another character follows Ro, the Lady of Tactics.
Should have told me that. Zwar doesn't know that. All right. Well, problem solved. Let's continue on.
Hey, everything's fine.
Solved, borrowed for another day.
Fine. We have a child of royalty stowing away.
We do
I
I
not
don't
have a
feel
child.
like that was a whisper.
We don't have a child. There is a child here. He is not ours. He is not ours.
Agree. I could have had Gray down there today, but I let them go.
You know, I'm staring around a whole bunch of males. Are we sure it's not ours?
For one, he's human, so I'm out.
I'm an elf, so it's definitely not one of mine.
Have we checked his ears?
No, if that was his
I'm
brother,
pretty
I
su-
bet it's fine. I would
Did
be
you
surprised.
see
I
his
just
ears?
showed up today. Well, his brother was human,
No,
and
but
I
did-
imagine. What?
Could have lied. Did you look at his ears?
I did not look at his ears. No.
Do you
could
remember having a child at some point?
Did-
Because I feel like I would remember having a child at some point.
I like naps, so no. It could have been a thing, though.
That's very concerning.
A lot of my
You-
life is concerning.
You came out of the barrel to yell at us, or at least me. Wouldn't you have seen his ears?
You know, you ask very good questions that I don't have the answers to, and I'm not sure I like that.
Boo pops his head back out and he goes, "If you want to say my ears are attached to my head."
Oh, lucky.
Are they human?
Oh yeah. Kid is dyed in the wool human.
Oh, but by the way, apparently he does some, like, weird magic shit. And it scares his family that he apparently doesn't know is actually his family or not. They apparently just claimed him, It's a whole story. It's very confusing. Like I said, I think he has more problems than I do.
Yeah, books are fun. I don't have any books right now though.
What kind of magic can you do? Can you show us the tricks that you can do?
Anyone got a book? Fancy Man, you've got a book, right? Can I
Not
borrow
that
your
I'm
book?
letting you have. No.
Can you hold the book open so I can look at it? No touching?
No.
It's a pretty
No
good
touch.
compromise.
You just
No,
need
that's-
words, or does it have to be a book?
See, that's a good question. Nobody's ever just kind of put words on a page in front of me that wasn't in a book. We could try
Have you
it, I
tried, like,
guess.
Drawing with a stick on the ground?
No? That's so smart. Have you got a
Thank
stick?
you, thank you. There's some in the woods. I think so, I imagine. Let's just root around. We'll find something.
It's fine. It's fine. Big Sword like just pulls out a hand axe and kind of like just draws some stuff in the dirt.
He looks down, he goes, no, not like that, kitty. I need you to do more swirlies over there.
And just swirl here, swirl
Okay.
there.
Can you actually, kitty, can you make a little, like, it's not like an X, it's kind of like an X, but a bit of it's, a bit, here, just kind of like that. And he, like, kind of guides and points you through various loops and whorls until eventually it's not actually a word, more of a sigil that you've carved into the dirt. And then he looks at it and he goes, yeah, that one looks fun. Here, watch this. Okay, you ready? And he like, he goes back and he jumps. He goes, whoo! And he jumps into the sigil like a cannonball. And you see him hit the ground, and then water,
Oh.
and Quintus disappears beneath the earth.
Nope.
Well, we lost a child.
That might be a problem. Done that before.
Is he in the barrel again?
He is not in the barrel.
All right. Is
I've-
it like
I've
a hole?
Questions about this sigil?
Is there like a
Has-
hole in the ground, or is he just gone?
Oh no! You just sort of see as he like swims as if it's like a small pond, and then he swims back up, and his hair is dripping wet down his face. There's water kind of going on him, and he's like, "Don't drink it though."
Why?
And then he
Pretty
like,
good trick.
and then he climbs out of the dirt, and then he goes, "'Cause this," and then he like taps the ground. See?
It's an illusion.
Tricky human.
Do I have
Isn't it?
any idea what this is as a wizard?
Or me as a fae.
You get an
For me
idea
as a cleric.
that this is a very, very crude minor illusion glyph
Okay.
that somehow the kid made real.
Oh. Well, now I'm beginning to see why they want him back so bad. He's certainly interesting.
I look at the big red tiefling.
Hmm.
So, I see some bad blood, but you don't know them. And we have a kid that can do some weird shit that he's not supposed to do.
Honestly, I understand why his family is scared. That is terrifying.
Yes, well.
What was the question?
Boo looks sad for a second. He goes, "I'm not scary, fancy man."
I pat his head as I'm like with my teeny tiny hand. And I look at Savara and I'm like, do we give him back or do we
Oh,
use
of course
him as
not.
a weapon?
We don't.
that-
We're not going to kill a child.
Oh, killing
no,
was
no,
not
no.
on the table.
No,
Killing a
no.
child.
No.
Hey, bring him with. This is a
No.
wonderful opportunity to turn him away from the horrible shield bearers. No, this is wonderful.
Big Sword will like kneel
Him.
down because he's a good like 6 foot. Like someday when I fight, I'll let you watch and I'll show you the magic I can do. But I can only do it when I fight.
There's other kinds of magic.
Of course.
Plenty of
Yeah.
magic.
Yeah, there's a lot of different kinds of magic.
Like, fancy man, do you know magic?
Yes, that's why that worries me.
I was half expecting you to say no.
Nope, never heard of it.
And he kind of looks at you and he goes, well, okay. I mean, it was just a little splash pad. It wasn't
It's
anything
harmless.
serious.
Just imagine what you can do in another 10 years. Just the splash pad now, full-on dragon invasion. Oh, you will herald the return of the dragons. How interesting. What a legendary start to your adventure.
He goes, he kind of looks at you for a second.
Speak to Danby too?
Zavara, when you say that, can you roll insight for me?
Sure. How's a natural one?
Oh, yeah. There's the briefest of moments when you say, like, yes, imagine what you can do in another 10 years, where Boot looks at you, and his eyes sort of glaze over, but then they immediately snap back into focus, and he goes, yeah, 10 years would be great. I'd be like 30. Yeah.
Maybe a little lower, maybe?
How old are you?
Maybe 21?
Oh.
18?
I mean, I don't really...
I was expecting like an 8-year-old here.
Honestly, same. I was thinking like 8 or 9.
Oh, physically, he looks like an 8 or 9-year-old human boy.
I don't like the way you phrased that.
Neither do I.
Neither do I.
Why? Physically, he looks like an 8 or 9-year-old.
The illusionist wizard who just watched some small child turn an illusion spell into reality is very concerned.
Wait.
He is just over here
Where is it?
ritually doing detect magic because I want to know if this child is a real thing. So I don't think it is. And I'm
It's a
concerned.
fucking changeling.
Illusory child.
So, would anybody like to do anything as the 10 minutes of the ritual pass?
While everyone's distracted, I'm going to pull out that note that I got.
The wax still seems to be running and feeling warm under your fingers, as if freshly pressed.
Oh boy. She just like slowly opens it and starts to read it.
On it, I'm gonna type it out. The letters themselves appear to be almost burning into the page as you open it.
Actually, yes. Bixor is going to use one of his magic awareness slots. Basically functions like detect magic. So it should give me a faint aura around that. And learn what school of magic it's from.
The school of magic that the glyph he used was from?
Mhm.
It is from the Illusion School.
Interesting. I know the wizard hadn't mentioned it, so the barbarian was curious.
I think the wizard was getting there.
Wizard knew what the glyph was. He didn't need. He wants to know what the child is. That's the part that's concerning him. The small child turning illusions into reality is weird.
He has
You're
really
saying
big
he's
dreams.
gonna be 30 in 10 years.
That's less concerning. Kids are kind of dumb.
He might be American, just really poor education.
From a town called Theragi Port? Ugh.
His father is named Boorish.
Looks like a duck, quacks like a duck.
Probably a duck.
I was gonna say probably an American.
Might be a goose.
It's a whole new turn on the ugly duckling.
So says like more than half of the people here that are.
As a product of these systems, I resemble those remarks.
So Erica, because you were doing this privately, I can either read it out loud so that the people at home know what's written on your page, or you're welcome to read it, or you can keep it a secret.
I want to keep it a secret.
Perfect. The people who read in the private chat, aka the players, can see it. But you can keep it a secret for now if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll keep it a secret for now.
While they've been doing their magic, I basically like drop to one knee and I'm like, yes, from here it is the beginning of your adventure. This is where you can be bold and take the big steps. This is where your power can only increase and things can only be good. You must work on this ability, this gift.
Yeah.
And
Why?
there are places and people who can help you. For who knows what you can do? What great things to accomplish? What battles you could win, or great cities to conquer?
Why?
Because you can.
I guess. It sounds like a lot of trouble. What if I just
Yeah,
like
trouble's fun.
What if I just like imagined real hard and I imagined no fighting?
I would not be too into this. Think of something else.
I am being
What if I
massively
imagine
reminded of Supernatural right now.
giant chocolate bar?
That could be fun. Yes.
All right, cool. I'll try to do that one.
Yes. The giant size. Yes, this could be good.
Uh-huh.
Keep
I'm
working
hungry.
on that.
Is there more in the barrel? I don't remember.
If you did not eat it all, there's probably some left.
Only one way to find out.
He like tries to scramble back up on the cart and he goes and just very defeatedly sits at the edge of the cart without actually climbing.
Don't worry, Kitty's here.
Hey, kitty uppies. And as he makes his way over to the barrel, he looks inside and goes, "Aw. Oh. Wait, I have an idea." And then he kind of like takes his finger and he pokes it just on the barrel until his finger begins to bleed a little bit. And he starts drawing on the side of the barrel. And once he's done his loops and whirls and everything, he goes, "That looks about right." And then he taps his hand to it, and the barrel immediately begins to fill with provisions.
See, you did it. Any chocolate bars in there?
Gosh.
What were you saying about Supernatural? Huh?
There is one! He like pulls it out, he's like, "Sapphire! I did it!"
Nice, you did it. Very
although,
good.
Although it's a small one. I
This
wonder what it
kid
tastes
gets
like.
angry. This
You
kid
keep
gets
working on
angry, and I end up in a field. Going to be upset.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm quite horrified right now. Above the table, we have the omen in our midst. What do we do?
We channel it. Let me tell you all about Herb.
That's easy. We treat him good. We let him imprint on us. Problem solved.
I like him.
He goes, "Fancy man, do you have a favorite kind of fruit? I feel like you're a mango guy."
Why?
I haven't gotten to the bottom of the barrel yet because it's like full of food, but I'm pretty sure if I imagine real hard whatever your favorite fruit's going to be, like 4 fruits down in the barrel. So what's your favorite fruit?
You know, why do you imagine I'm a mango man?
I don't know. It just strikes me that you like fancy things. And I read about mangoes in a book once, and like I've never really seen one, so that kind of makes them fancy to me. So I was like, fancy plus fancy equals like probably right.
So you've never seen one, you've just read about them.
Yeah.
Okay, then yes, I would like a mango.
Cool.
This is going to be interesting.
And he starts
That's-
ruffling around inside, and he pulls out a mango.
Okay. Does the mango look like a mango to people who have seen a mango?
It looks like a mango to somebody who has read about a mango and not actually seen one in real life. It's kind of clunky, a little bit too big. The green patterning on the outside of the mango is just a little bit weird. It's maybe a bit purple halfway through.
You should
That's a
eat it
mango.
and find out what it tastes like.
Because I read that
Cool.
it tastes kind of like an orange.
Yeah, sounds right. I think I read that as well.
You said not to drink the water earlier. Is this going to be okay to eat?
I thought that I was hungry and I ate the chocolate, so yeah. I think the difference was I wanted to have a splash pad, but like it's not like actual water. But this time there was nothing in the barrel, and then I thought like I wanted food in the barrel, and then there was food. So like that feels like a different kind of imagination.
Um, for detect magic being up, does the fruit seem like an illusion, or the spell he cast before, or
So the fruit does also give off illusion magic, but as your ritual snaps into place in your focus, what does that feel like for you? The magic taking hold of you.
imagine that his magic being illusion is more about um, overlaying things on reality. So his detect magic is very visual, so he sees things more than experiences them other ways. So it's overlaid images or patterns on things.
So with the overlays and the images and patterns, you're familiar with this spell. You're familiar with the types of things that you see. And the schools of magic each have a unique pattern when they leave an imprint on different objects, different surfaces. You're familiar with them. The mango itself swirling with symbols that you've come to recognize as that of the illusion school of magic. Something that helps you identify when that's active. And as you're staring at the mango, worried, you also notice that the hand holding the mango is whirling with two different images pressed over top of each other. Something you've never seen before. A transmutation mired beneath a brightly burning abjuration.
Changeling.
Is it just the hand, or is it his whole being?
It is his whole being.
Oh boy.
Ah. Interesting. Yes, I will take this mango. Not hungry at the moment. Thank you. We'll put it in his bag.
You're welcome, fancy man. Wow. 10 years I probably could
Good.
do a lot.
Oh man, that's really good.
I'd be like
Oh god.
I'd be like 40. That'd be cool.
Maybe slow it down a little bit. Start younger. You don't want to be too old when you grow up.
Why?
Well, it's
Think of all the books I'd have read.
Yeah, but, like
Oh,
when
you
you're
got-
an adult, then you have to make money and pay taxes, and you don't get naps anymore. It's really not as fun.
You have to read them first too. So if you start young,
I
you can
don't
read.
do any of those.
But why would I have to make money as an adult? I already make money now.
That's a fair
Can
point.
you make money with your magic?
Well, I mean, every time I do, my family tells me I'm a real good boy.
Yeah, that would
Hmm.
explain the lordship.
Mm-hmm.
No, they probably already were.
I mean, they don't get me to make a lot, but they do always bring me steaks.
No, You look so thin, though.
Yeah, I don't know. They don't bring me steaks often.
Do you get hungry when you use your magic?
Oh my god, so hungry.
Well, that would be why.
Okay.
It's
So
a
every time he
changeling.
uses.
What is this changeling you keep saying?
Changelings like to be tricky and they like to take places, and he doesn't remember his home, but his home remembers him, but he's just happy to be there and he has lots of magic. I don't trust him. I say we keep him and mold him, but he might be a problem.
No.
Keep me like a pet.
No, not like a
No.
pet. We're going to
Awesome.
raise you.
How about this, Boo? Would you like to travel with us?
That could be fun.
See?
Take him to the
Well-
guild. There's plenty of resources.
So,
Don't think we should be taking him to anywhere right now.
Just
Malikova
want to
has
leave him in
just
the woods?
wandered off, just like a couple steps over, and is just pacing back and forth, muttering to himself, probably in sub language that he knows. I'm not sure, but he's just muttering to himself as he's having just
We,
the smallest of existential crises. It's just a little one.
he's broken.
treat.
He's just this
a
kid
lot.
just broke him.
See, wizards really are impressive. He said like 20 minutes ago, "Oh, if I end up in the field, I'm going to be so mad." And here we are.
now he's in the field. He's pacing.
Well, he's mad, yeah.
Does he know how to tell the future?
I think so. You could probably learn a lot from him.
Maybe he like
Oh no.
maybe he can like read fancy stones and stuff.
Oh, I'm sure.
I saw a lady do
I'd
that
leave it
once.
to a wizard.
It was kind of cool, although she said some not so nice things, but like it was cool.
Don't talk about Nimue like
What did where was this lady? Do you remember this lady, but not anything else?
Well, it's funny. It's kind of like the more food that I eat, the more that I sort of seem to remember. So I don't know.
Well, we need to find you a lot of
He-
food then.
What's the last thing that you remember before getting in the barrel?
I mean, other than Kitty,
Before, yes, other than Kitty.
I remember yelling.
You
There was a
remember
l-
what you were yelling? Were you yelling at somebody or something?
Oh no, it's just like really, really loud, angry yelling. You said I had an older brother, right, Fairy?
We think it's your older brother.
yeah.
I mean, does that mean maybe I had a dad? Do dads yell? Dads yell sometimes, right?
Definitely.
Usually it's the moms.
Yeah, mine were both.
Well, I don't know. Maybe it was like a dad. That part's fuzzy.
We'll just need to feed you more. Let's go continue on our journey, maybe. We'll find some food.
We'll get you food. We'll get you rest. You'll be good as new.
Potentially
Probably
a gingerbread house.
You just think there'll be a gingerbread house just off the road?
Oh, one likely.
Is it like the size of a house?
What?
He's like, I could imagine that.
How about you don't do any more imagining right now until we can get you some more food?
Oh,
Okay.
You need sustenance to keep up the imagination. It will help.
Yeah. Cause like sometimes I have to do. Well, I mean, I didn't have anything to draw with, so I just. That's, ouchies.
We'll take care of that. Come, we'll get you food. We might have to. We'll handle that when we get there. It's fine.
He goes, Fancy Man, they want us on the cart.
Tia walks
Okay.
up to.
Yes. You said you had a guild, right?
Yes.
What kind of guild is it again?
Oh, it's a adventurers guild, really. Odd jobs and ends. Sometimes they're like, there's some people in the cart and they're being harassed by burglars. Don't take that job. But sometimes they're like, there's some guilds that are like having trouble and they need us to go and deal with whatever problems they're having.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it's odd jobs and all sorts of work. I'm sure a wizard
And
would find
apparently
a.
they have knacks for shit.
Yes, we are quite knockedful. Yes, well, there's plenty of work. They're always looking for more people to do things for them. So we're
But
quite
not like one of the learned magic guild things.
Oh no,
Okay.
no,
okay.
we are not.
Jeez. Okay.
Would you like to roll
more
a history
smashing.
check, Mr. Learned Man?
Yeah, I would love to roll history and know more about this world.
While they're discussing the guild, Tia's gonna walk over to Boo and just do like a
Ooh, hell yeah.
minor cure wounds on his finger.
Aw. So he sits there and he goes. He looks at you and his eyes kind of get really wide and he goes, "Thanks."
You're welcome.
Did the magic work on him?
It seemed to.
Yep. His finger closed up.
He's broken again.
Broke it again.
It didn't explode.
The history check that I asked you to roll, you don't know too much of Citadel, as I am assuming it is not your home city. There's a map, by the way, a very basic map that I designed intentionally basic because we're world building together in the Trials of Silver. Nothing is fully established. Everything is being built as we're telling the story. So if there are places and stuff that naturally occur during the story because you make it up or I make it up, it's there now. I just have to go back and actually update it with places that have been, like, from previous story. I'll get around to it. I'm not...
You go back. You go back.
Yeah, you do most of the editing. But I gotta, like, go back and, like, actually remember all the places and the people and the names and the stuff. But anyways, with the 22, you, in your studies, do know, because the guilds are very, very prominent in Citadel. It's one of the key features of them. They are governed and ruled by a council, a theocratic council, and the guilds are the driving political force below that council. So the Silverknack Guild you have never heard of before, except for Zarvara explaining it, because it is very new. It is actually, at this point, maybe a month old. But one that is not new in Citadel, sorry, I'm gonna find it here. One that is not new, that is very magical and very present. A well listened to voice amongst the guilds, politically speaking, is what I will say, is the Crystal Chalice Guild. And they are actually, in your estimation, specifically known for not only healing, but also magic, diplomacy, and the arcane. And you don't know too much about the details, but you do know that in Citadel, there is at least the Crystal Chalice Guild that you've heard of before.
Yes. We're not heading towards Citadel, though. We are heading away from it, correct? Okay.
The cart was on its way northward, almost towards Farragy Port.
Which will obviously be changing slight direction.
Yeah, so where are we going? Like,
I asked them like a while ago before you popped out, and we still don't know.
I mean, that was a good question. I don't know why nobody knows where we're not going, where we're going.
I feel like we may find our path as we go.
That sounds fun.
I'll get another massive pain in the chest, and that will be we'll know to go like left, maybe.
You should really get that checked.
No, it's fine.
Well, we will head north, but we will bypass Farragy Port. for reasons.
Why?
Did
I
you
like the
say
water.
raisins?
Well,
Is there a reason that you're gonna go like not past this place? It sounds kind of fun.
they we could try.
Is anyone else confused over the fact that he apparently doesn't have a family but has a family and then is from this place but doesn't know there's this place and then there's water and he doesn't like water and like it's really confusing.
Yes.
I try not to think about it.
You know, somebody once told me that life's confusing, and anybody who tries to tell you different is just trying to sell you something.
It's pretty true.
It's a great point.
All right. Well, we simply keep going until we find what we're looking for, I guess. Or stop in this town. I don't know. I let Quintus go, but now I'm kind of regretting it. Let's go get him.
Around this point in the day, the sun is starting to get towards setting.
And I guess we will have to stop in Farragut Port, at least for the night.
That'll work out because then we can get some more supplies and food and get a little extra for our new companion here.
And I will make sure we are well taken care of for lodging.
You're probably half a day's travel away from Farragut Port.
Sleeping outside. What a lovely way to spend the
The stars
evening.
are beautiful.
Can we go hunt for some food?
Does anybody
All right,
have
is
a
there a
tent?
nice... I was just sleeping next to trees. Tend to use the cart, set up a fire, get some bedrolls out. That's the way to do it.
Can you
You
turn the
guys
cart
aren't
into a
used
fire?
to this?
No, you next to the fire, next to the cart is the...
You guys mean you're not used to sleeping in the forest? It's actually quite peaceful.
I have no
no.
problem with it.
Not,
Yeah,
not something I do often.
As long as you don't go
I've
too deep.
slept in
but-
the woods before, and it's not a problem for me.
There you go.
You're fine. Yeah, let's set up.
I mean, I spend most of my nights just kind of sleeping on the stone floor, so like, dirt's probably softer than that.
Where do you sleep on the stone floor?
I'm assuming my parents' house, if I have parents.
Pixlor, why don't you and I go and find something for us to eat and get some food into this child?
Yes. Let's do that.
Yeah, I don't think we're giving this child back to his parents or his brother or anybody. I do not trust them at this point. Not until we can get him fed more and get more information out of him.
He's just at this point he's staring at Fancy Man.
The fancy man's already broken. He's just gonna make it worse.
So
Nerved.
broken. Because he very clearly has thoughts that he is not expressing.
Every time Melokova looks around, he's just there like,
Getting closer and closer.
So you should go help the kitty find food so he knows what you like to eat.
You'll be safe with the kitty.
I feel like I'm gonna make too much noise for the kitty. Because like the number one rule about hunting is you gotta make like no noise so the animals don't know you're there. And I talk a lot.
Great question. Why do you know that, but you don't know anything else?
That's a really good question.
That's something we'll find out when we feed him. So we should.
yeah.
You know,
hunt
I've
and
heard
get more food.
I've heard this old legend that if you feed and water certain type of creatures, they turn really menacing. And we don't really know what he is yet. And the gremlins tend to be a little mean sometimes.
I mean,
Oh,
Is-
you mean girlfriends if you feed them after midnight.
Yes.
He got wet earlier and it's been okay.
he kind of looks over at you, Phelan, and he goes, "You know, what you said is true, that, like, when you feed and water things, sometimes they end up being menacing, but isn't that kind of true for, like, the people around you, too? Like, sometimes you can, like, take care of people and feed and water them, and, like, you don't even know that they're your enemies, and you're just helping them get stronger until they stop, like, lying, and then they hurt you."
Like you to go hunt.
Can I roll insight on this kid?
Sure can.
No, I can't actually.
I'll tell you the same thing. As you were saying your point, and there was a moment where you looked over because he caught your attention, and his eyes sort of glazed over for a second, and then he said that last bit while his eyes were glazed over, and then he kind of snapped back. So, like, how long do you think until Kitty comes back with the food? Because, like, it's getting dark.
It shouldn't be too much longer. He hunts better at night.
Yay, dark vision.
I'm like thinking hard and above table. Why do I have a feeling you have one of my homebrews?
I'm not going to say the question that I would be trauma-inducing, so instead I'll say, who knows? I mean, well, I know, but who else knows? I'm going to Batman this kid. Sorry, I just said that.
Listen,
Please do not give a vengeance kick to what is looking more and more like some kind of AI learning model of magic.
I'm better than Batman. I'm emotionally available.
That's fair. Yeah, we don't want a Damian Wayne situation, okay?
No Damian Wayne, no Jason Todd. Like, we're fine.
Yeah.
First person to give this kid a sword is getting swiftly kicked.
Yeah, we'll go hunt down some food.
And then, so he kind of jumps down from the cart, and as he's, like, looking at the dirt, because the cart, as it's rolling and dusk is starting to settle, at the other side of the field that you've been traveling down, there's another grove of trees. Not, I wouldn't say a forest, but enough of a grove that you'd probably be able to venture in some way and find some wildlife hiding in it. And it's not too overgrown. It's fairly easy to traverse between the trees. The brush is not too wild. Something about the temperate climate here doesn't stand to wild overgrowth. And there's a moment when Alan, or Boo, slips off the back of the cart and starts to walk towards it. And he reaches up and plucks a stick off of one of the trees. And then he looks over at Zavara and he goes, huh? Stick? Huh?
You got one. Now you can throw on the dirt.
And then he starts to draw on the dirt.
What's going to stop him?
No.
What are you making, Boo?
A surprise.
Can't wait.
What
go
kind of
to-
surprise?
Well, I mean, it's getting dark, right? And we need to, like, have some place to sleep. So I was thinking about it, and I said, you want to know what would be really, really nice? And then he, like, finishes drawing the circle, and he goes, okay, well, I mean, I don't know whether I should have been maybe doing this so close to the trees.
Oh no, my trees!
That's okay. And then he reaches down, and he puts his hand down on it, and he goes, please be nice. They've been nice to me. Please. And you watch as the earth begins to shift and mold and swirl, and it begins to sort of climb up almost 6 feet in a column of dirt until the sand rains down revealing a shape underneath, and you see rather intensely structured free form where stone is seamlessly melded together rather than set brick by brick into a walled off kiln with a flame going inside of it. You see? Warm.
Wow, that's incredible.
That's
Is this
amazing.
kid?
And there we go. We can have some place to stay tonight. Good work, Boo.
It's like maybe like 3 feet by 3 feet. Like, it's not too big. It's just like a little kiln.
Yeah, perfect. Keep us warm.
And look, and he like points. There's a little metal rod in the middle with like a handle. He's like, if you find something, you can cook it. I was thinking about my
Perfect.
stomach.
You know what?
Well, we'll have
That's
to get something
okay.
to cook. I guess we're setting up here.
Yes, what
Guess-
we
guess
should.
so.
You guys should get comfortable. We'll get the food. And...
Boo does. He listens to Kitty. He goes, okay, Kitty. And then he like puts his. He kind of like sits down with his back against the kiln, and he just, with this tattered shirt and his dirt covered arms and hair, he just sits there and he starts looking as the sun continues to set, creating a ribbon of light across the sky that's slowly turning into hues of orange and pink and purple. You can see a sliver of a moon crescent beginning to come into the distance ever so slowly.
Does that mean it's break time?
Yeah, for sure. We can take a break here.
Hmm.
The
I
assi-
have to go be an 8.
Yeah, I see. I understand.
Hmm.
All right, well, we'll take a break here because the assumption is that our crew is gathering supplies for nighttime. I don't know whether they want to do some nighttime banter, but
I
we
love
can
that
pick
you
up.
use the word assumption.
It is an assumption. You may not want to talk to each other. I don't know whether your characters like each other. I'm assuming you do because you seem to be liking each other in the dynamic so far, but it's an assumption.
I like no one.
That's fair. All right, well, bear with us. Stay tuned for more finding out what's going on and maybe even some swords and sorcery. That's a different type of game. I mean, Might and Magic. That's a different type of game. Stay tuned for some Dungeons and Dragons. We'll be back.
Don't forget your depends.
And hello, we're back. Thanks for being patient with us. We're here. There's a map. I want to make sure everyone's in the right places as well. Yes.
Oh, I
Oh.
look.
I love it. So hey, welcome back to Trials of Silver, episode 13, part 2, because we're after the break. And I'm very excited to show you the campsite, so to speak.
Please wait for your DM to start the game session.
Show you the campsite, so to speak. For the people who are at home,
Here we go.
I might be able to actually. Can I adjust that a little bit? That's a good question because I want.
I don't have a picture for my character.
That's
Just
okay.
boo this up. a little bit. There, that's a little better. I like that layout a little better. Okay, I adjusted it on the Twitch. So,
You did know what? No.
food has been hunted. What have you secured? What have you brought home?
I feel like we got a couple, like a deer and a couple pheasant.
Yeah, I imagine your hunting is better than mine. My goal was to go in the opposite, almost the opposite direction, like a 90 degrees, and just make a bunch of noise so things run in your direction.
Yeah, he's
So whatever you
That's pretty
catch is what we'll get.
yeah.
Deer and a couple
Imagine-
pheasant it is. And as you return home, your brace of victory, you find Milikova still in an existential crisis?
I mean, pretty much, yeah,
Staring at a fireplace that shouldn't be there?
very much so.
And how is Tia Atria dealing with reality being changed around her?
She's dealing with it slightly better than the tiefling, but she's still kind of like, what is this kid? She's very just caught off guard and
Totally valid.
slightly concerned.
I mean, as anybody would be if things just started popping out of nothing around them.
This doesn't usually happen to you guys?
This happens to you?
The Feywild is a dangerous place.
Yes. Usually. What doesn't usually happen, though, is people knowing where they came from and knowing things but not knowing anything, and then that doesn't make sense.
From the stories I've read of the Feywild, I don't believe you on that. People being confused and not knowing what happened seems very fitting.
I was there
Well-
once. It was horrible.
Don't talk about my home like that. That's rude.
Ugh. There were flowers and beautiful, great ancient trees and butterfly.
I mean,
I'm
yeah,
very
I kind of
confused
agree.
by your definition of terrible.
Oh, you should have just been the place. It was like a fog of glee.
Glee.
Fog of glee.
It was, ugh. No, you need to feel your pulse race as steel hits steel and flesh
Tamara's like
splits
my
and
inner
blood
demons
splits.
right now.
Ugh, horrible.
You see Boo kind of sitting with his back to the kiln, and he looks over and he goes, "Is that what you were trying to get me to sign up for? Was all that bloodshed?"
It is less
No.
about the bloodshed and more about creating opportunities for those who need space to grow.
You know, but there's
Imagine
also still a lot of bloodshed.
Oh yes,
You
of
think
course.
so?
Imagine a very violent person keeping everyone below them oppressed and weakened. No, you remove that and let the people flourish.
You know, Boo, you don't have to spill any blood. The future is what you want it to be for yourself.
Oh,
Boo
That
looks,
is true.
Boo actually looks down at the ground and at his own hands for a second. He goes, "If somebody's keeping you down and oppressed, you cut them out of your way and walk forward."
Floro, is that you?
What? Sorry, I got lost in thought there. What was going on?
I said something above table that nobody caught. It's fine.
Right.
Is,
Well, you said you
uh,
think better when you eat, so
Dinner,
let's
dinner, yes.
yeah, let's eat.
yeah,
Let's get this cooked.
eat.
So I will shortcut this just a little bit, say that we get it cooked. Everybody enjoys a nice meal. Is there anything anybody wants to do now before we head into nighttime? Any conversations to be had, questions to be asked, people to be interacted with, things to find? I don't know.
I'm very interested in finding more out about Zavara. Where did you come from, good sir?
Oh, well, I from the northeast, the deserts. Have you heard of the Iron Wells?
It might ring a bell.
All right, a lot of people came and they would get the iron. That's why it was called the Iron Wells. And so we would. It was a small town, is where I'm from. Outside of that, very harsh, badland areas. If you've been, craggy and hot and horrible. But raised strong people like me and my family and our neighbors. Then the elder from the village is actually working at the mines near the citadel, mining magic stones. I gesture at the great sword that I wear, and it's kind of inlaid with this magical stone that glows faintly.
Yeah, Big Swords is nowhere near that pretty. Quite the opposite. It's rather battered.
Oh yes. Oh see, yes. Do you follow Herb? I could tell you all. You've heard me speaking about him in great detail in the past few nights.
In the Colosseums and the
Hours.
pits, there are no gods. There is just one
Oh,
being
that's
against another.
that's exactly it. See, you're halfway there. Herb would empower you and give you more strength, and you send him a blood right from your victims. I mean, your contestants that you are defeating.
No.
Oh, it's your loss, friend. Think of the battle after this life.
I need no battles after this. I have the stories, the rumors, the grand songs.
It could continue. That's what I'm saying. I think you should think about it, friend. I see a great future for you in the army.
It sounds like he's trying to like get him to join a cult.
He used the A word. I'm out.
What do you mean a cult?
It's
Army, a cult? What?
so for context,
It's absolutely a cult.
in the war between the three old gods, well, there are three old gods of war. There's a god of brutality, a god of tactics, and a god of survival. And they are constantly warring over the divine plane. They're vying to take this seat in the heavens, almost like a throne. And in doing so, if they take their place on that throne, then their influence spreads to the mortal plane and ushers in an era of either brutality, tactics, or survival. Their worshippers, especially sometimes paladins, can actually enact the will of the god, like a three-way chess game on the mortal plane, extending the influence back and forth. This is also why Zavara was butting heads with those knights that had the pennant of Ratham, because Ratham is the Duchess of Survival, or the god of survival, in terms of war, and being a follower of Herb, Zavara very much wanted to cut them down. Zavara is a paladin of Herb.
And then Tia stopped him.
You didn't stop me. See, here's my thinking with this. I need to be a champion one day, and that man, he was no champion. Let's grow stronger together, and then when we kill each other, there's actually something to get out of it. Then the winner is a champion, and the loser, ugh, pathetic. Go back to your god, serve in his army, get stronger.
I think I might actually be the most sane person here, and that concerns me.
Were
I'm
that the
concerned
truth, it
that
would
you think
concern
you're the
me too.
sanest person here. Sorry.
It's a much better way to live, let me tell you.
Where you're from? Do they have gatherings where you have like ceremonial like drinks? Like
Oh no.
I wouldn't say like Kool-Aid, but did you drink it?
Well, it's mostly fighting, but no. My teacher came and he picked me up and we learned together. I learned his ways. He actually broke one of these damn survivalists. It broke their hold on the city. There's no Kool-Aid, just violence. We get together, we fight, we establish a pecking order.
There's a lot of
That's where I got
things
this
making
belt.
sense.
And I show off this massive belt that
Come
kind
to
of looks like
Herb Church. There's no
a
Kool-Aid.
champion
just
belt with like a
fighting.
giant head on it.
No Kool-Aid, just violence.
I have some concerns
Pixar?
about it, and
Can you roll an Arcana check for me?
Muted. You're muted.
Me?
No, Meg.
Oh no, I was saying to myself, you got the barbarian to roll for Arcana. What?
Look,
The
I am a fan
wild-
of
the
asking
wild
for the
magic
skills
Barbarian, yeah.
that are relevant to the scenario, not the character.
Right.
oh no, 18. Hell yeah!
Oh, nice.
Okay, so as you're staring at Zavara and then he gestures to the belt, there is a certain sheen, a glint that your eye, well trained to a certain random magical aspect, gets, and you know instinctively that belt is a threat. That Zavara's muscles are strong, but there's a certain knotting and cording along his arms that might be bolstered magically, permanently.
Performance enhancing belt.
Yes.
You say you got that belt from your fighting?
Oh yes, with my a follower. I think he mentioned my lord just as I was knocking him out at his own game.
May I?
No, certainly.
Kind of takes a belt and kind of like watches to see if there's any kind of change.
If it's cool out, I think there's like I was visibly steaming, and as I take it off, it like fades and dissipates.
Okay. Like kind of like looks it over, inspects it before like rolling up with one hand and like handing it back, but definitely making mental notes.
Put it back on. Steam starts billowing out again as the temperature visibly increases.
It's the belt of fire giant strength, right? That's the...
Yep.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He won it in a contest.
Interesting.
It was
This quick,
orated
quick-moving man
by a
kept
fast-talking
jumping
man
around.
and everything. It was great.
a friend of mine. Yes, we made a whole show of it. It was a handy defeat. He kept punching me, and it was very fast. But just one good punch to those quick types, and they go down pretty easy.
Where's that circus crew I keep hearing about for the forest?
I don't listen to trees; they're full of lies. But if you heard about it, it's probably.
I feel like
Thank you.
Phelan on the map actively takes a step further away from Zavara.
I don't
Thank
like
you.
I don't like fate trickery.
Oh, no, but like I also feel like I'm like wanting to bite his nose.
You can certainly try.
You won't know till you try.
I'm being goaded. I'm going to bite his nose, but I have been insulted. I've been insulted. My biting of his nose is shocking grasp.
Oh.
Well, you have advantage. You have advantage, if that is, unless that was with advantage.
No.
There you go. That hits.
Uh,
I hope I don't hurt you that much.
Oh, it's 2d8, right? Oh, yeah, that was pretty low.
Ah!
Quite shocking.
Okay. I deserve
And then
that.
I look at you right in the eyes, and I'm like, listen to the trees.
No.
the
Why would
trees
they do that? They're
lie.
full of lies.
No, they're not.
Something a tricksy tree liar would say.
Trees aren't real.
I haven't heard that one yet.
No, those are the birds.
Oh.
Oh my god, no.
Bird's the word?
No,
What?
the birds aren't... Okay, above table. There's a terrible conspiracy theory that the birds are piloted drones
Oh, yeah. Never
by
mind.
the government.
Birds aren't real.
So the birds
They
aren't
work
real.
for the bourgeoisie.
They work for the bourgeoisie. They are
This
machines.
is why I live under a rock
Bourgeoisie.
and try to stay off the social media.
There's
Oh no, the
literally
best one was COVID isn't real. It's just the government needed a reason to change the batteries in the birds.
it's
I see.
it's horrendous. It's not even borderline believable. Anyways, back into the game. Is there anything else we would like to establish before we sleep?
I think I'm good.
Does Tia know anything about Zavara's guild in particular?
About the Silvernack Guild?
Yes.
I would say no, because again,
Okay.
it's relatively new. It's maybe 30 days old. You might have heard, just sort of like on the grapevine, right? You might have heard that there is a newer guild that has been getting a lot of jobs done in Citadel, and guilds are not established all the time. That's actually like a decently uncommon thing to have happened, is that a new guild is not only established but making a name for itself so fast. So you might have like heard that there is a guild doing that, but you wouldn't have had a name for it until Zavara espoused the Silvernack Guild.
Mm-hmm. Started trying to convert people.
Hey, the more people that are gonna go burgeon the guild, the more work it gets done, the more money everybody makes, the more magic items everybody finds.
Magic?
I'm just, hey,
Oh yeah.
again, above table. Zavara's actually got some magical gear that he only found doing quests for the Silvernack Guild.
Oh yeah.
And beating people up.
That was the second one. The first one was we found it.
Yeah. The second one was technically a drunken brawl. Zavara was minding his own
Yeah.
business in an alleyway, and the guy got really fucking cocky, being like, I'll just beat you up. And Zavara won anyways.
Oh, sounds like Nimue.
Uh,
I was over on the bench.
Yeah. May I approach the bitch?
What did you say?
May I approach the bench?
Okay, we sleep.
Is anybody taking watch?
Yeah. Also offering my bedroll to Boo.
Boo's
that he
already
doesn't have
asleep.
to well, it's just the dad pickup of like.
I
So-
am sleeping in this tree, watching.
So Boo is right beside Big Sor.
yeah, I don't think Tia sleeps. I can't find the thing. But
meditating.
She just I don't think she generally sleeps. She just goes and
transfer a
like
little bit.
meditate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is this the kiln that got created?
Ah, it is.
Tia doesn't sleep. She waits.
Trying to make it smaller. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
it's,
can't make it smaller. It's the
We'll
pan.
trust that it's
Oh,
around there.
perfect. Yeah,
Oh, there you
right
go.
there.
Ah.
You're
It's right
welcome.
there.
What can I say except
Thank you.
anything?
As you wish.
That's a good one too. I love that movie. I actually quoted it earlier, but changed it around a little bit. So yes, so Bixor is taking the first one. Tia Atria is currently beginning her meditation, and then Malikova, Zavara, and Phelan are sleeping.
I'll probably take
Uh,
third watch unless anyone else
I don't think I
wants.
need to sleep.
At all.
These are all very good questions. I wish I had the answer.
I mean, I don't think
You have to sleep unless it says otherwise.
I don't believe you have the what is
No,
the
I
aspect
don't.
of the moon for Warlock where you don't
No.
need to sleep.
No, I don't. Never
Okay,
mind.
so you
I think
sleep.
that's later. I sleep.
Okay. What about Malikova?
He sleeps.
Perfect. Unicorn fuzzy sleepers. Yeah, I would love unicorn fuzzy sleepers. Bixor,
Yes.
I need a perception check twice.
Oh, excellent. We
One-
like perception.
One for each hour.
First one is a 10. Second one is a 20.
Okay. The 10
30
20,
20s.
they're very dirty.
They're
The
30
first-
twins.
2 hours of the watch roll by. Alan is cozied up in your sleeping bag, sleeping roll next to the kiln, just beside you. In his sleep, he seems to roll over and curl up a little bit like a worm, and you notice as you've braced yourself that he sort of curls in around one of your feet, almost giving your foot a hug with his torso as he folds into you, his wild red hair pressing just ever so loosely against the dirt, his face calm, relaxed. 2 hours roll by, no incidents.
They're always so cute when they're sleeping.
That's the darn thing about kids, is they really are. It's frustrating.
It's not till they wake up that they become a problem.
Yep.
Yeah,
Same.
after his watch,
Relatable.
he would kind of like go nudge Malakova awake, like, hey.
Did not arrange a wake up call, but
It's fine. I didn't ask.
okay.
But he currently trusts the Panic Wizard more than the Tiefling, so
No, I haven't shown Princey for joining violence-based cults,
yeah.
so I
That's the
guess that
bar.
was real. Okay. And yeah, Malakova will sit up for a watch. He'll whistle up his familiar and
Yeah, Big Sword will go and just lay down and go to sleep.
Two perception checks, please.
Surprise! Everybody died.
It's fine.
Oh. Very good.
Nice.
That's very good.
yeah, that's not too bad.
With an 18 and 19, you are pretty sure you hear rustling coming from the eastern side of your camp.
He's inside of the camp. He's gonna send his familiar to go.
Oh, sorry, you're muted.
Yeah, I clicked off of Zoom, so it mutes me. That's why we have this baboon around, is to go look at things that might hurt me. We'll send him off to go look.
Sure. What's the AC of your baboon?
Oh no.
12.
Please hold. That call is very important to me.
A small fiendish baboon, no.
Okay, so Aw, River. You hear definite crashing as your baboon rushes forward and then just as your baboon yelps and squeals before it loses its tether to the mortal plane. as two great arcing slashes carve through its body.
You asshole! That cost me 10 gold.
Why did that just open?
Ghosts.
It's the ghost.
As you
Child
killed the
ghosts.
devil baboon.
No, are any of the children awake?
No.
Please hold. And don't judge
But
the
dude, this house
pajamas.
is warded. You're fine.
So I shouldn't mention the orbs that I saw earlier.
That was deeply concerning. The doors don't just open in the... Anyways. Malikova, what do you do?
We're going to one of the aspects of thaumaturgy is booming voice, and we're going to activate that, and we're under attack.
Roll initiative, folks.
Haha. Let's just switch to digital.
Okay, well.
Armor is off, presumably.
That's up to you. Guess, like,
Did you sleep in your
did you
armor?
want a better rest?
I doubt it. Yeah, I probably took it off.
You know what? I'm just gonna use that.
Alright.
What? What are we all writing?
Your initiative check.
Oh, oops. Yeah.
Did I? Did. That's okay. I'll do this. So, I need to take a look at that little game log. Because a lot of people did it over here. Malikova was 13. Captain Mal.
My darling,
Ears.
at the top there should be like a weird thing that opens it up where you see everything. If you put in everybody's numbers and press start combat at the bottom, it'll show the initiative order for you, so you don't have to keep track.
Yeah, but physical.
Yeah, I know. My pen's prettier than your pen.
So the
very
only
wiggly
person whose initiative I don't have is... Oh no, I have everybody's right there. Okay, cool. So Mel was 13. Tia Maria is... Zav's 11. Oh, Bixor, 6.
This is a curse.
The low rolls?
I play a lot of feline aligned races, and my initiatives are always rolled low, even if I have a ridiculous modifier.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
I play a Cathara on a Star Wars game. I have like a +6 initiative, and I always roll like a 2, and it's stupid.
They're holding you back.
I'm the dexterous one out of our group.
Yeah, it doesn't help to be quick if you're slow to react.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll let the melee guys go. I'm the
Right.
ranged character in that.
I
That's
rolled
fair.
a 20. I'm not melee.
I shoot the things, and I pilot the spaceship. That's my job.
Now, I just need to quickly do this. Because it helps me keep track.
That F hurts my brain.
What hurts your brain?
I see a 1, a 2, 5. Oh, there it is. It might have to help if I zoom out. Shit. All I saw was a 1, 2, 5, and 6. I'm like, what?
Now, because you were alerted, because Malikova was a very good wizard, you are not surprised, and these 6 knights do not ambush you and get a surprise round. Which they definitely were. Or were intending to. The first person to move is Phelan.
And this guy. Here.
Mhm.
And in typical warlock fashion, Eldritch Blast.
Heck yeah.
Then I started blasting.
Gonna stop blasting. I'm going after 4.
I played too much King's Cup in university.
30, 20 for the first one.
Yep.
25 for the second.
Yep.
11 for the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
12 for the second.
Ouch. 23 damage. For sure. It's number 4?
Yeah.
Yep. Got it.
Oh.
Very scary, eh?
Yeah, fairy packs a punch. And what is the fairy's Eldritch Blast look like? Give me a little more.
It's like black with deep purple twist around it and like black sparkles going through it.
Ooh. And just like beams?
Yeah.
Sweet. So these beams arc out from you. Black beams swirling with purple energy, littered with black stars. They catastrophically slam right shoulder back, left shoulder back, and you watch this knight begin to buckle, but then simply bring their head back down and stare at you very intently.
Come at me, bro.
Then we have this one does, running up from behind you. It's going to take 2 attacks with a greatsword. The first one is a nat 20. Followed by a 21 to hit.
To hit?
Okay, so that is 21 damage for the first strike. Plus 11, so 33 points of slashing damage.
I didn't like that. Hellish Rebuke.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Where's my Hellish Rebuke? Hellish Rebuke. $25.
25 to hit? Hits.
No,
So
you have to make a
dex-
dex save.
Oh, yep. Sorry. It does not make it. So it's 25 points of damage?
25. Yeah.
Yeah. Heck yeah. That knight is looking a little cooked in the armor as it hit you, but you certainly hit back. Not fully toasted, though. This Pop-Tart needs a little bit more time in the oven.
Mm.
Yeah,
Anything-
that's perfect.
That's your turn?
Well, no, it was the knight's turn, so
Yeah, well, that's the end of your reaction.
yeah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
And then we have this one. Coming up. And going for Savara, who got woken up but I believe is still prone, correct?
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
18 to hit,
Yeah.
followed by a 23 to hit.
That one misses.
So between the two attacks, it is 21 points of slashing damage total.
All right. Shield bastard.
And now we're going to go to Malikova. And after Malikova, Zavara, it's your turn. So you're on deck after.
Okay.
Oh, Malikova is gonna scamper back to put everything kind of between him and all these forces. And then cast one of my favorite spells. We're gonna cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Ooh.
So all of those inside that I need Wisdom saves.
Wisdom saves coming right up.
DC 14.
They all fail.
Cool. They are charmed, incapacitated, and have speed of 0
Dang.
until they take damage or someone spends an action to wake them up. So Malkova will cast the spell and he goes, leave them alone. They're not doing anything. Deal with the others.
We'll handle them
Badass.
later.
And that'll be the end of his actions. There's a reason it's one of my favorite spells.
That's dope. I'm here for that.
Like you evened the odds for sure.
Force multiplication is the name of the game.
Zavar?
Okay. Having been stabbed, I'll get up and grab my sword and go, you cowards are all the same, and I will stab number 6.
Heck yeah.
I'll take a big swing at him. 28
Hits.
and 25.
Hits.
And I'm going to smite on that first one. All right. I'm going to re-roll those 2s with my feet. Okay, so 12 damage on the first. Oh, that's plus the d8. Sorry, all these spare die.
Nope.
That was 12 plus 7 is 19.
Yep.
Second attack is going to be 16 plus 7 is 23 plus the smite damage. Ooh. 5. So 28 to that last one.
So that was 51 total?
Yes.
Jeez. So
He stabs me. I grab his sword, move it aside, and try to just urukai him.
and literally, as you stand up and say, "Oh, you bastards are all the same," you pull the shield aside and you look up and you realize that he has a tattoo on his neck of that green tower shield that was on the pennant from earlier, and your smite just absolutely radiates. Like, herb has long been associated with flame. As a lord of brutality, it is the element most closely tied to his godhood. And as you begin to erupt with this righteous fury and smite, your blade begins to become coated in this crimson flame. And you stab upwards, the flame dripping from the blade, almost as if it's made of blood itself. And you force it straight out the back of this soldier. And in a quiet pause in the middle of the night, there's a stillness of the wildlife as jettisoned from the torso of his body out the back along your blade is a hole 6 times the size of your blade as you pull it back, leaving this decimated corpse in its wake.
Jesus.
Let this be a gift to my lord. Serve him well. And I look at the number 5.
Can they be frightened as a free action?
No,
But,
but crying is.
It's true.
I mean, that being said, it is actually 5's turn next. And they are running this way.
Coward!
And they get right into Tia Atria's space and Malikova's. And they're taking a swing for the wizard.
Go do it.
He's concentrating.
So that would be a 14 to hit, followed by a nat 20.
Oh. Both of those hit.
Okay. So we have the first one being 9 points of slashing damage, and the second being 25.
Ow.
I was gonna make concentration checks, but I don't have to do that if I am also unconscious.
Uh-oh.
34. It is a, like, I didn't expect to see a second nat 20 tonight, actually. Normally my luck does not do this, as players who played with me before can attest. Like, I've thrown 13 enemies at a group of, like, 2, and I roll below 10 for the whole night. So this is bizarre to me. But yes, so Malikova is unconscious, and it ends that night's turn. Does that mean that the other knights are free from the hypnotic pattern?
Yes, it does.
Perfect. Well, I mean, not perfect for everybody else, unfortunately.
Oh,
But,
boy.
Tia, you're up, and then Bixor, you're on deck.
Alright,
Good thing I have
so
that.
he so the number 5 is facing Malikova, but he's also like in front of me.
Yes. No, immediately beside you, as you are meditating and prone.
Okay. Well, have definitely woken up. Okay. Okay. Just looking here, but I definitely have woken up, and I see the knight like right next to me. So I am trying to look here, but was not prepared for that. But,
I think that's kind of the point of an attack by night.
yeah, no, I know that, but like she doesn't fight. She doesn't like to fight, so this is gonna be funny. But I guess she's gonna have this immediate reaction because she's still like probably still sitting. She's just coming to like everything going on, and she just sees this like knight who is unfamiliar and has just attacked one of her companions. So she's just going to react and use burning hands. Just like put her hands like I guess on this guy's legs because that's where she can reach right now, and just use burning hands on him.
Which is a cone, correct?
Yes, 15-foot cone. Says makes a dexterity saving throw, taking 3d6 fire damage on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Oh.
I think
All
you
right.
can
And
angle
then
it to not get
Flammable
caught.
objects in the cone that aren't being worn or carried start burning.
You,
this
you
is
can
the
angle
question.
that to avoid your wizard, right?
I would like
Yes,
to. I would like to reference that if you just sleepily blast, you do get your wizard.
Sleepy blast.
But if you do
That's-
not sleepily blast,
That's fine. It's just one death save, right?
Yeah.
And on fire.
no, you can.
I can heal. I have healing. I don't know if I can do both in the same turn, but you can make at least one death saving throw until my turn
No.
comes back.
No, it's fine. So I've angled the cone, like, you blast just sort of out from where you are. So
Like,
it's fine. And then, so, dex save, you said against a 12?
my save is 14.
Oh, yeah, so it fails.
Okay,
hit
so
me
then
with some
that.
damage.
Okay, so then it is 3d6. Do I just click that? Does that do it? Yes.
Nice.
Okay, 10 damage.
Perf. Alright, you know what's also really funny is, unironically, when I described that you had Burning Hands earlier in the session, and then the first spell you mechanically cast is Burning Hands, I just think, chef's kiss.
It just happened to work out that way. I was like looking through and I was just like, what can I do? And then I saw Burning Hands and I was like, you know what? That's just perfect.
It's canon. Just, Tia's got some hot hands. Would you like to do anything else with your turn? Stand up using half your movement, try to move away, which might provoke attacks?
Definitely start standing, like stand up. I don't think I'm gonna move quite yet, but I'm gonna stand up and just kind of like look around and like see Malakova on the ground and start like making my way towards him
Want to move
so I can like heal him.
over there? Perfect. Yep. Gotcha. Also, incidentally, moving between the knight and Ellen. Very smart.
Like heal him, protect the child.
Now, D&D rules as written, you cannot cast 2 leveled spells during one turn. So casting Burning Hands as your action would not, unfortunately, allow you to cast a healing spell as a bonus action. But
Yeah, that's what I figured.
you are prepared to do it on your next turn, which is still very smart positioning. Do you have a bonus
Yeah.
action you would like to use?
I don't think so.
It's no
No,
great rush.
I think, yeah, I think right now I don't have anything here right now. So I don't think I'm going to use a bonus action. Yeah, that's not giving me much information. Yeah, I'm just gonna just keep myself between the knight and the kid and just be ready to heal Malakova on my next turn.
Perfect. Well, that means let's get this mighty Leonin a chance to go.
We gotta head for the target-rich environment. Listen, he has certain abilities that only work against when he's outnumbered. So he just hops up like great axe in hand and bolts south for the other two.
I would have gone for the greatsword personally.
Yeah, well, you like the axe.
Just kidding.
I don't think
And he will bonus action to rage.
Yes.
I would like to rage. Let me get that. So we're gonna use one of those and turn it on. Haha. And then he will take his first attack against number 4.
Okay.
Come on. There you go.
Just
For a
imagine
19
Elon.
to hit.
Yeah, it hits.
And then he will take 16 points of damage.
Yep.
And he has cleave. So since he hit number 4, he gets a free attack against number 3
Amazing.
for 9. That's gonna miss.
Unfortunately.
But then he gets his. Oh, I forgot to roll my wild magic table. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. I was about to ask, so I'm glad that you remembered.
Wild fury table. 4. Magic infuses one weapon of my choice that you are holding until your rage ends. The weapon's damage type changes to force, and it gains a bonus to attack and damage rolls equal to half your rage bonus, rounded down. So half my rage bonus right now is a D3.
So it'd be an additional 1 then.
Yep. Your weapon also gains the light and thrown properties, with a normal range of 20 feet and long range of 60 feet. The weapon leaves your hand. Of course, it cuts it off there. The weapon reappears in your hand at the end of the current turn.
That's so you can throw this great axe around and have it warp back.
I have
amazing.
Thor's axe. I have
axe.
Stormbreaker.
That's amazing.
You know what? We got to use that, right? So
you have it until your rage ends, right?
Yeah, and as long as I hit somebody or make an attack, I
I think
keep
it was less
raging.
than an hour now.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's just gonna whip it at number 3, as his full second attack.
Absolutely.
So that'll be boop. Not with a 9, but that's a miss.
I mean, unfortunately. But yeah, exactly. It just bamps back into your hand.
You've never thrown a great axe like this before. You're unbalanced. Just winged it into the woods and then it came back. It's got to be disconcerting.
God, I love the wild magic barbarian subclass, but that is it for him. That's
All right.
movement, action, and bonus action. So yeah.
Okay, so then we have number 2. 1, 2,
We're about to use just
3.
physical dice. This VTT dice don't like me.
Just gonna move straight up. Phelan
Yeah, I might do that.
attacking
Get.
you.
Get.
Now shit's gonna go down.
Who are
The
you
fairies
yelling at?
involved.
I've got a 22 followed by a 17 to hit you.
They both hit. Bye, guys.
Join me for nap time.
We're fine.
That is 20 points of slashing damage.
I'm dead.
All right. How much HP did you have before?
48.
No. How much HP did you have at the start of the round?
15.
Okay, so then yes, you didn't get a death save from the second strike because it was 11 damage followed by the remainder. So
Mm-hmm.
Phelan is currently unconscious. Now it's night 3.
Yeah,
Piss
heal
off the
a lot of
fairy.
people.
Night 3 is going to turn around to flank Bixor
Gross.
and take 2 swings. A 14 doesn't hit.
Nope.
What about an 18?
18 will.
Perfect. 12 points of slashing damage reduced because of your rage, so 6.
Yep.
Perfect. And these knights are just trying their best. They expected the surprise to go better. They didn't expect a raging battle axe throwing barbarian to be in their face. They thought that they were gonna sneak in here and get away with it. And that brings us to Knight 4, who will also swing in on you. 17 to hit.
Beats it.
And then 14, which does not. So that's another 11 damage rounded down, and then halves, so 5.
Huh, that tickled.
Phelan, death saving throw, please. That's a save. That's good.
Yay!
And then we're going to have Knight 1, who's going to run over here and grab Alan
Mm.
and flee. Action was to grab, so that's as far as they can go right now. Which brings us to... Oh, the one that died. So that works out. Malikova, death saving throw, please. Ooh, another save. That's good. Zavara.
Yes, I'm going to stride forward towards the bulk of the enemy and stop. I think around there was how far it could be. No, I can get all the way. Go right here. So, approaching these guards, I'm just going to wipe a hand across the stab wound, healing it completely with my lay on hands, and then bellow out, "Come, make your master proud!" I'm going to use Conquering Presence, which will hit all of the guards.
Ooh, thank you. You remind me I have another ability I can use.
So it's a DC 15 Wisdom save for all of them.
For all 4?
5. I can get that. I can get number 5 over there. He's
Ooh, sweet.
just within range.
So, fail, 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 pass. Okay.
Okay.
So,
So
number
all-
5 passed.
okay. Everyone else is afraid of me. They have the feared. Wait, where is it? They can make the save at the end of their turn, but I think that just means they have disadvantage on attacks when they can see me. Oh, disadvantage on skills and attacks when they can see me.
Okay. Perfect.
And that's it.
And can't move closer to you.
Correct. Yeah, and they can't move closer.
All right. So that was a heck of a turn. All this crowd control. I don't know what to do with it.
Just come fight me. Don't
Oh,
approach.
that was me.
Right. We're like, oh
That
god.
hurt, but thank you. I'm just trying to figure this out as I go along.
Tia, you're up.
Okay. I had to ask a couple questions while that was going on. I was talking to my boyfriend. So I'm going to bonus action healing word on Malikova.
Heck yeah.
Don't know where that is, but what do I roll for that?
2d4 plus wisdom.
Yes.
2d4 plus wisdom.
Because it's the better healing word, which is why I like
It
honestly.
did to cure wounds too.
I know. I was waffling. I was flipping back and forth
That's
between
the triangle, right?
like
It
2024
just
and
means you can hit us
2014.
harder.
It doubled the healing for the healing spells.
Okay, so 5 plus 3, so 8.
There you go. Got some 8 hit points, Malikova. You're alive.
Alright, and then
There's some serious
Where is
joy on your
my-
face, Ryan, and I want to know what you experienced just now.
I just figured out it with 2 attack actions, I can hit 3 people, and I know exactly how I want to do it.
Oh.
I don't have my weapons listed anymore. Oh, there, mace. Okay, and then for my regular action, I am going to use my mace
Mm-hmm.
that I have. And I'm just going to, just because I realized that I realized I just healed Malikova. I realized that the one knight has ran off with Alan, so I shout out, "They have Alan," and I'm just just hesitant for this split second of, I can't believe I'm about to do this, just mentally apologizing to this knight in front of her, and she just takes a swing at him with her mace.
Heck yeah. Get it, Tia Atria. Herb supports your violence.
Yes, swing.
So then you roll that.
Swing for the fences.
If it will roll,
Oof. Was that a science
Oof.
poll?
3
It was.
That is a
plus
miss.
my strength.
Not the
Yeah,
poll.
my
The poll was great, but
One. So that didn't go according to plan, but
Oh, you were distracted. Like, Alan got pulled away from you, and you're sitting there being like, what do I do? Like, you're conflicted, right? You've just stabilized Malikova. This knight's in your face. You obviously want to go run and help the kid, but you have a very real threat in front of you,
right in
right?
front of me.
Like, you're distracted. You're swinging wildly instead
Yeah.
of focused. It makes a lot of sense.
And she's not, she's very much a pacifist. So, like, violence is not her thing. So, her reacting like this, she's literally just like, I don't have a choice. This innocent child or something is going on. I don't know, but just attack.
Yeah. No, that's
Oh,
in life or death situations, even pacifists will fight.
yeah.
And that brings us back over to Bixor.
So Bixor is going to use a bonus action to use Daunting Roar. Both of the knights by me need to make a Wisdom DC saving throw of 15.
Okay. They both fail.
They are now afraid of me.
Ooh.
They're afraid of both of us.
And then he will make his first attack on numero 4. So that is what, +7 for that attack? Yes. So that is a 21 because of the magic.
That
And the
hits.
great axe, yes. And that is a what? D12 plus 7 currently. That's a 6. I need a D12. Thank you.
Oh, I should have said
9
something.
plus 7 is
Oh, okay.
16.
So I can only do like one at a time?
So as you
Okay.
swing your great axe, how do you cut this man in half?
It's really like as it
Okay,
whips
that'll
back
work,
to
'cause
him,
I'm
there's just
pretty
this
sure,
baseball
she's
swing
definitely within range.
that kind of
so.
like smashes into his rib cage,
Yeah.
and it just collapses in.
Yeah, and you just watch as the whole body folds, and then almost on the recoil, right? You slam through, and you slosh this axe back out, and you just watch as it debris floats out, bone and matter.
Yes. To when he is going to cleave at number 3,
Yep.
since I hit number 4. 17 plus 7
Hits.
plus the 1. Yeah, that's enough. He only takes the damage die, so that is 6.
Yep.
And then on his second attack, he whips the axe at number 1.
Absolutely.
For a 27.
To hit?
Yep.
That hits.
Of course, I roll crap damage. That is plus 7, so that is 10 damage.
10 damage, for sure.
And then just whoop.
You watch as he buckles a little bit as this axe seems to rip the armor away from his arm and slash down his arm. It begins to bleed as it falls into the ground. You can see it even in the dim light.
But yeah, that's because I think I guess for movement, I don't want to disengage this guy. I just kind of want a 5-foot step to his side.
So then we are number 2 is up next, and he cannot move closer to you. So he's going to take a swing with disadvantage at Zavara. So 17 to hit.
Yeah.
Followed by a 10 to hit. That disadvantage definitely worked in your favor there.
No, it hit. I don't have armor on,
Oh,
and I am literally the broadside of a barn.
that is fair. Oh, wow.
Gotta love that barbarian unarmored feat.
I was thinking about it. Yeah.
So that's 27 points of damage.
Damn.
I unfortunately rolled max damage on the second strike.
No, that's fine.
And then they will try to move a little bit. They're moving here, so they're still within range of you, but not too far, because these are trained soldiers. And then we have number 3, who, is kind of in a tough space, because he can't move up because that's towards Zavara, and he can't move down because that's towards Bixor. So he's just gonna stay still. And
Got him.
you know what? Zavara
Did he-
roared
did
the
he pee his
challenge.
pants?
So he can free action pee his pants, yes. 2 disadvantage swings on Zavara. That's a 9 for the first one, so that is 9 is still a hit?
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. And
Dude.
then 11. Yep. Perfect. Okay, so that's 2 more hits.
What is your ace? What?
It's
is
9.
your
I don't have armor on.
Yeah, it's because he's not wearing his armor because he fell asleep without it, so he could actually get rest.
And has a low dex because he normally is an armored
Yeah.
fighter.
Yep. So 7, so it's 10, followed by... So that's another 21 points of slashing damage.
Okay, I'm still up, but not by a lot.
We're all gonna die.
Which brings us to number 5. Now, Teatria, you took a swing with a mace, and in the semi-dark, nobody can tell an experienced fighter from an inexperienced one. So, 2 attacks with the greatsword are going to come ricocheting back down at you. That is a 19 to hit, followed by a 9 to hit.
The 19 hits.
Okay. That's going to be 13 points of slashing damage. But they will stay put. And that brings us back around to Phelan.
I'm failing.
Well, I mean, not unless you roll a fail.
Oh!
Oof.
Can I use the lucky?
Yes, absolutely.
Do I have an option to reroll that? There we go. Let's do it again.
Wow, the same thing. Incredible.
So that is 1 fail and 1 save for the
Told
death
you I was
saves.
failing.
That's in the name. Which brings us to night number 1. And they are going to take Alan. And they are going to 5, 10, 15. Because they're carrying someone. And then action rush.
Oh no. They have Bill!
So night 1 is nearly away. Brings us
Can't get night 1 now.
Malakova.
I can.
Oh, you're muted. I'm sorry.
As Darth come out, opening his eyes, realizing he's not dead, and seeing the knight that cut him down setting over is just like Ratham cursed brute and telekinetic shove. We're gonna try and throw this man away from me. So if I could a strength save from him.
Absolutely. He fails with a nat 1.
Nice.
Cool. We'll just push him back 5 feet then, because that's all he goes.
For sure.
But that means that I'm not taking disadvantage to shoot him with a firebolt.
Yeah.
Oh, that hits.
That's a nat, baby. You're
Oh.
muted, Filbert.
It's
26.
26 fire damage.
So coming back from the grave, what does your firebolt look like as it cooks this man in his tin armor?
It is much like him, all that pale white with black eyes. That fire is weirdly white and black as it just leaps out. It's almost a spear of flame to hit this man.
And you just watch as where once there was a spear of flame, there is now empty space.
And then he will climb to his feet.
Perfect. Which brings
And
us.
we'll stay near the cleric. Though. That's a nice place to be.
Zavara, you're up. Tia on deck. After that, it's Bixor.
Okay. I need to be over there, but I'm absolutely going down if they get a swing on me. Okay, yeah, best thing to do is take a swing at number 3. Action. Swing. That's definitely going to hit. 27.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to roll physically, so this is a little quicker. I'm going to use a charge also for a little health. But that is going to be 12 damage.
Okay.
Oh, plus
On
2, so 14.
14 on 3.
On 3, yeah.
Is that thingy?
Okay, they're still standing.
That. Dang it. Second attack on him then. That is a 21.
Hits.
4. Oh, gotta reroll those.
Oh.
Much better.
If anything, I
That
just need to do
is-
some healing.
19.
19. Okay. Still standing.
Dang it. All right. I am gonna move over here. Oh, he's just out of reach.
Mm.
I
Still
think
need
I
a
have to
swing.
risk it and move here so he can take an attack of opportunity if he has a
3 will absolutely use the
reaction.
I think I need to heal Phelan. Like everyone else can probably move quicker to get.
You are so lucky.
Natural 1.
Natural 1.
Woo! All right, we needed it. Then for my action, I will target this man and just yell, "Coward! Face me in battle!" And I'm going to cast Compel Duel.
Oh.
So he'll need to make a Wisdom save
I
at
don't
15.
think I need to like.
This
fight
is
everything.
on
This is on the guy who's running away. Number 1.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, it just makes it, right? Because compelled duel is 30
I
feet.
might end
Yeah,
up
that's
with-
why I moved there.
See what happens to 2.
All right, so wisdom save.
Pretty things.
Brilliant.
What's the DC?
15.
I swear to you, I just rolled a 16.
Okay.
Oh,
Coward!
And then
That's
you,
so
you
good.
you actually see as he takes the helmet off and the long red hair comes off of Quintus.
Ah!
And he just looks at you and he goes, "Being a coward allows us to survive."
Burrow Dweller!
survive. You're throwing that word around there a lot.
Bottom feeder! I'm just yelling as many curses as I can at him.
As every insult you can. It's rolling off his back. Anything else from our resident Zavara?
No, that's it.
Okay, Tio, you're up.
Leave your men to die, coward!
Okay, so I'm going to bonus action. I'm gonna use my movement to get closer to Phelan, and then I'm going to bonus action healing word on her. What was that again? 2d4. Eventually, I'll remember this.
It all comes with practice. Like, you're still getting used to the systems, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody.
So she gets 4 hit points.
Yay, you're no longer dying.
Plus your wisdom, right?
Oh, plus
Thank you,
wisdom.
thank you.
Plus wisdom. Where's that? 3. So 7. Okay, so you
Thanks,
Phelan gets 7 hit points back. And then where is it? Okay, and then I'm going to use my action and do I believe I can it's this one, right? Yeah, I'm gonna use my action and use Radiance of the Dawn on 2 and 3. And that is you present your holy symbol and emit a flash of light in a 30 feet and animation origin or radiant I can't read or word from yourself.
Oh.
And any magical darkness is dispelled, and each creature of your choice must make a DC 14 Constitution saving throw.
Just a heads up for everybody. Zavara, you have legendary inspiration.
Oh,
Um,
nice.
and
Thanks, Tofu.
James, you dishonor on your cow.
My cow has been dishonored. Thanks, Mushu.
Thank you, Tofu.
I mean tofu.
Con saves for the soldiers.
Yes, I failed both.
Oh,
You
nice.
failed both of them?
I did.
Okay.
I rolled an 11 and a 10.
Okay. 2d10. This thingy? Or is it this thingy? No, it's this thingy. This one? Okay. So 2d10. That's. What was that again? 30 feet. Yeah, so plus 5. Okay, so 9 plus 5.
14.
14.
14.
That's 14 points of damage.
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, you watch as 3, in the middle of the night, seems to have his eyes seared out by a brilliant light, veins just popping and red and sizzling on his face, and then he just falls to his knees, mouth open, as if he was mid-prayer and a god simply said, "No, burn."
Oh, Tia is so upset with herself.
What god do you serve again? That was pretty great.
Anything else from our lovely Tia?
Huh? Yeah, that's everything. So, I pretty much just yelled, "They have food, they ran that way," and I just point in the direction, just somebody go.
Bixar, you're up.
Funny story. I am also Zafast. So he's going to take.
Someone gave the barbarian zoomies.
He's a cat. I can move at. Ooh, yes. I can get there. Full move, and that puts him there. And he's going to start wailing on Big Brother.
Absolutely.
So that is an 18.
An 18 hits.
And for 1d12. 11 damage.
11. Yep. He's
I can't use cleave, but I do have the second attack. For a 25 to hit.
that hits.
Come on, I just need a high roll just on the d12.
Grit.
Ha! So that is 19 damage.
Hey, Ryan,
Yeah.
make it good.
So it's just running up like he's screaming Boo's name, and the first one is like this running jump to where he drives it into his shoulder, rips it out, and then as he's like doubling over, just uppercut swings, and they're just in half.
And you just see as the body falls in half, there's this moment in your rage where you look down and you see the hands grasping, trying to reach empty-handed for Alan, as the face and the eyes go white, only looking over, mouthing words as the top half hits the ground.
Yeah, and then he's just rushing to screw it, it's Boo. Just like slamming the axe down and like grabbing him up.
And he kind of like wakes up from his slumber and he like looks up and he just goes, "Kitty."
Hi, Boo. And just like ruffles his hair.
He was
And
sleeping that whole time.
he was.
All this violence going on, and the kid's just like, nap time.
Just
I
kind of
mean-
like turning him away from, what might be his dead big brother. Like, let's not look over there.
and you just kind of like cradles into your chest, not realizing that some of the massive sticky in your fur is the blood of his now cut in half brother. But he rests very comfortably and simply nods back off.
So the one armed guy pick the axe back up and just carries him back to the group.
Meanwhile, 2 is speedily handled, I imagine, by Phelan, whose turn it is, and she's awake.
Oh yeah. I actually stick out my tongue, Misty Step, so I go further away, which also will heal me for 10. And then shoot him with Eldritch. 15. 14. No, eh?
I'm gonna, with his resolve weakened, I'm gonna say yes. Like, last man standing just watched a hulking monstrosity of a cat rush gladiatorially. That's a interesting word to say, gladiatorially. It's, the emphasis is in a strange place. And you just, unbelievable. So he basically is just sitting there waiting for the end, and you deliver it into black beams glittering with purple energy and black stars wrapped up in it. You want to hit him anywhere specific?
I think you know.
I think the audience knows exactly where. And he crumbles. And that's it. You're out of combat.
Woo!
And you all don't think that was great? Look how many shield followers he took down.
That was not
You especially.
Dude, I died!
You did not die. You were right here.
You got better.
A classic shield folk. They, attack a guy with his armor off. Very rude.
Catching somebody with their pants down. Like, it's not
A little
always
bit.
fun.
Yeah.
This is why I don't bother with the armor. Just go fast.
I get stabbed a lot today, notwithstanding. So yeah, it tends to help
You know,
me.
I can see why that might be a thing.
You can see why he gets stabbed a lot.
Yeah, it happens quite frequently. Anyway, I need to go get something from that body over there. And is there like a tabard or something I could take from?
Oh, yeah. Actually, if anything, like I don't know whether you're into the gory things, but
Cutting the tattoo off.
you could cut the tattoo off if you really wanted to. But no.
That's how dark we want to go.
There's some cloth tucked in like around where the armor like rests against your skin, and the cloth itself seems to be pressed with the pattern of this green tower shield. So you could just strip some of the cloth, honestly, and that's
I'll
enough.
take that then. That'll be my trophy.
I loot the bodies.
Loot that body.
I mean, sure. Check out his gear. Yeah. Did he have anything in particular?
It's basic.
No. Yeah. Just armor and swords. And...
battered armor, stuff that wouldn't get much resale value.
They have a great sword.
Yeah, they're just basic like great swords.
Oh, sure. I pick one up and I go over to Bixor. Yours looked a little dinged up. You could use something new.
Ah, excellent.
Just add it to the armada.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Alan wakes up briefly and he kind of looks up and then he looks over at Zavara and then he looks up and he goes, I kind of liked those stories about that Silvernack place. Maybe if we don't know where to go, that would be a good place to go.
Maybe they have a knack for something.
I guess we'll find it when we get there.
Maybe they have beds.
Oh, plenty of beds.
I much prefer trees.
There's
They
some
don't
trees
lie
nearby.
to me.
I think we'll pass them. Some nice trees on the way there. You'll feel right at home.
We'll get you a nice like potted plant, like a young sapling or something.
Oh, there's a young sap there, indeed.
Oh
I kid.
Roasting Thelen, and he's not even there, Zavara. For expedience sake, unless anybody wants to establish anything else or do any other talks, that's where we're going to call the session for the day. I will take the vague silence as
great.
nothing.
No one's got anything
Yeah.
else.
Bert, all right. Well, thanks for tuning in, the players, everybody at home, for episode 13 of Trials of Silver. We got some cool new faces with our Leonin Bixor, with our awesome tiefling Malakova, and a new... I'm always going to mess this up because of that hyphen. Tia Atria, the wonderful pacifist cleric, and even a Mama C, reprising her role in a secondary way as Phelan Obliviani, a tiny little sprite fairy. Check out all the links in chat. There's tons of cool things. Check out Goddess Teacup, because she makes all this cool soap. Look at that. Look at that. It's cool. Smells good. Oh, actually, that's like a cedarwood one. That smells really nice. Anyways, you can buy this stuff. It's really cool. This one has a freaking orange in it. Oh, so nice. Anyways, it's great.
And then there's dice. There's dice right beside me.
Yep. There's dice.
I make these.
100%. And
He makes click clackies.
he does. They're really cool. And then he makes art. And I don't know, Felber, do you make anything? You make cool content with us.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Cool characters.
I have a Redbubble store where I put up things that make me laugh. So
There we go. So we got Redbubble over there, and then Erica, are you a crafty?
I'm not, I'm afraid.
Well, that's okay. You're still an awesome person, and it was wonderful having you on board. And you're welcome back anytime. So that's it. That's it. That's all. Thanks for coming in. Check out our Discord. All the wonderful things. Stay awesome. Stay yourself. And most importantly, remember that the world is hard and you deserve kindness. So be kind to yourself. Be good, people. See you around. Ah.